started on the agency during COVID. Pretty much it was a lady on Facebook saying she had a staffing agency and she was working for herself and she made like $10,000 for herself. So I was just like, if you made $10,000 and it was just you, maybe I can try to do the same thing and duplicate what you were doing. And I got some real basic Google search information and it just went from there. So right now we're staffing a couple different clients and basically what I'm trying to do is go from 6 figures to 7. And I
Excellent.
know that I can do 6 figures because I did it by myself. But in order to go to another level, you got to bring in a team. So that's
No, that's
pretty much
right.
what I'm trying to do is have a team of people that's loyal to me and will do right by my company as we do right by them and see how far this go.
Absolutely. I know that's right. Very, very good. And Z, how about you?
I love that. Good afternoon, everyone. Zipporah. I am the owner of PrimeCare Solutions. My goal is to continue to scale my business as I work in the arena of professional development, helping paraprofessionals, pharmacy technicians, dental assistants, secretaries elevate to their next level of life. So, on the other scaling of that, when it comes to professional development, I also assist businesses with customer service training and I'm hoping, and hopefully this is where I could be of assistance to you ladies, hoping to dive into project management. So that's a course I'll be taking over the summer so that I can get a better fine tune of how I can help businesses and basically be like a liaison between the employer and the employee.
Excellent. Excellent. I just finished my project management certification. So anything you need, let me, I won't claim to be an expert though. So, but anything you need, you let me know. And of course, I am Shawn Thompson. I am the owner of Care Dynamics, which is a staffing and recruitment firm that I started Care Dynamics back in 2013. It started out as what we call a homemaker companion business. You remember, Z? And back then, I didn't know that I was doing staffing. I understood it as there are elderly people who need help in their homes. Non-medical senior care is what it's called. And I'm going to provide those services. What it started out as, I was working as a pharmacist in charge at Winn-Dixie at the time. And I had a client or a patron, Miss Smith, elderly lady that always came in to see me. That lady would sit in my little lobby for hours and we would talk. Miss Smith stopped coming. I'm inquiring what's going on. I found out Miss Smith died. I don't know if she fell. I don't know what the details of it, but I know that she was in her for a prolonged period of time. The best as far as what I felt, you take care of your elderly loved ones the way they took care of you. So my business started out of seeing that and seeing a necessity of how elderly individuals, they need the companionship and they need the help, but they don't necessarily have the assistance from the family that you would think they would have. So what we were providing at that time was just extra help around the house, whether it be assistance with cooking, cleaning. It's non-medical, so where I am, it's a no state, meaning we're not administering medications. We're not helping bathe anyone. That's a higher level of care. We did eventually increase levels of care and we went and got certified as an adult family care home. I did not like that business at all because adult family care homes, as opposed to the nursing homes, Bianca, that you would be familiar with, is literally in somebody's house, kind of like a group home. Mm-hmm. And you have to actually live there. It can't be something that you got a house around the corner or across town and you have administrators to sit in. No, they want you to be there. And there's workarounds around that. But I personally didn't enjoy dealing with ACA, which is our licensing agency here. So time progressed and Care Dynamics has made multiple pivots, but we are now staffing and recruitment focused as of February 2022. So that just came out of me realizing that, okay, I've always really been doing staffing. I can do more industries. I can do more verticals. I've always been doing pharmacy staffing as a pharmacist. Even when I was the only pharmacist staffing, I was the only one going to the sites, I was providing pharmacist staffing. So I actually got with the owner of one of the staffing companies that I was contracted with, and I said, hey, I'll come on board. I'll work with you, but under the auspices of Care Dynamics being your subcontract.
Mhm.
And he was open to it. There are people that will shut you down, but this man, he's all the way out Kentucky, and we started from there. We started placement. I did not know at the time the difference between staffing and recruitment. I use them interchangeably, as many people do. But there's a clear difference between what I do mostly and what Bianca does. Bianca owns a staffing agency, and she has a staffing payroll predominantly. I have one as well with my pharmacist, but I also do direct placement, contingency recruitment, which I want to change. I want to get more into at least retained. Well, retained would be the higher level, but at least exclusive. And then if I can do exclusive retained, great. Do y'all know the difference between the two? Z,
Well,
you may not, but
is
Bear
the
with me just in case.
okay, so go ahead, Bianca, if you know, go ahead.
no, I was just wondering, would it be when you say direct placement, you're in a staffing world, when we say direct placement, that means like we onboard them for you, but once we
Mhm.
onboard them, you approve them, they're your people.
Oh, I'm saying we don't even go that far. I'm saying I
Okay.
headhunt, I find you the person, you interview them, and then if you say yes to them, pay
You get
me
your
and
percentage. Okay.
they're yours. Yes. But there are opportunities for you to be more of what they would call an HR business partner and do more. But right now, I'm contingency based, which means that I might have a client and they're working with, I don't know, multiple agencies at a time. So it's kind of a backwards model in that you would not go for a legal case, for example, you would not go hire or tell 10 different lawyers, hey, take my case, and whoever beats it first is who gets paid. But that's how the recruitment world works contingency wise, where they'll say, okay, we're going to give this requisition to 15 agencies. Whoever brings us the best candidate first, we're going to interview them all. We're going to just exhaust your resources. Whoever gives us the person that we hire, that's who we're going to pay.
Okay.
That is the model that a lot of us follow, but that is the model that I am currently seeking to get away from. And a lot of what I'm doing and what I'm going to be hiring for on the business development side, Bianca, as we've been researching, is
Mhm.
going to be to secure those exclusive clients. Exclusive meaning they're only working for me. If for a short guaranteed period of time, if they give me 2 weeks to 2 months or whatever the agreed upon time, they are agreeing that they're only going to work with Care Dynamics. They're not going to go and work with all these other agents. So that's exclusive, and you still get paid on a contingent basis or maybe a small little engagement fee. Retained means that you're working the same way a lawyer would, which is I'm not even starting your case until you pay me something up
Mm.
front. So there's a
What?
lot of money. Yeah, there's a lot of money in retained. There's a lot of money in contingency. My attitude with contingency from a competitive standpoint is if you're good, you're good. You're good. If you're good and you're able to source and deliver candidates, it doesn't matter how many other agencies you'll be fine. We have been fine with that attitude, but I'm sick of it. That's the short of it. I am frustrated. I'll give you guys an example. I still am sourcing for a certified behavior analyst role, 4 of them actually. I put that role out there and we had filled the Waukee, Iowa role the same week. The lady pulled out. Had it been some type of retained search, I would have still been able to keep some of the money for the work that I did to put that job out there and get us sourcing for it. She waited until she agreed to the role. There was a bonus involved that she demanded she be paid up front, just all these things. And on the day that she was supposed to start, I got a call and say she did not show up. That is the equivalent to a real estate agent going out there and helping you look for a house and look for a house, get to closing, and you go and finance a car. So, Bianca, you have to decide if that's even something that you want to enter into, because one thing about staffing that I do know is that recurrent money is good money. And that's
I
yeah.
like about the staffing. Like I have people that I know they're just gonna work, so I know that money is good. And then with staffing, it goes from you can have a person that's per diem, you can have a person on a contract, 8-week contract, a 13-week contract. You know that money is guaranteed.
There
So
you go.
that's why I like to do staffing. And then even with recruitment, I had a direct placement, and my client paid me $15,000 for that person. Whether
Yeah.
that person stayed or not, they don't have nothing to do with me.
So there was no guarantee?
No. So what
girl,
happened
that
was
was
the
good.
person, the employee worked for me. They loved how they worked. They was like, I really want to bring your person on. So in my contract, you cannot entertain my employee without talking to me.
Right. Absolutely.
So they asked me, hey, we want to bring this person on. I said, if she want to be brought on, fine. They said, okay. How much is the thing? How much is the transaction?
Your buyout.
My buyout would be, I said, 15,000. They were fine. Paid it, no problem.
Love it. Love it. We have something like that. Try before you buy, contract to hire. We do offer that. I have not yet. Let me tell you about that. So I have not yet had any of those type of opportunities, but I have in the pharmacy staffing world had my client try to poach one of my pharmacists. And I mean, this particular pharmacist, everybody loves him anyway. He used to be a pharmacy owner. He's an older guy, very dependable, works very well. So of course, everybody wants to take him from me. Well, he's not with me anymore because he moved. But he told me, yeah, there was a particular client that I have on my roster that tried to get him to go and work, and she did not talk to me about it. So her intention was to take my person.
Yeah, wow.
And so it's amazing that you were able to get that with them. Now, was it in your buyout? Was it in your contract?
It is in my contract. Very detailed. Very,
Very good.
So if you try and breach it, I'm going to take action.
Sue them. I know that's right. I'm in my sue happy phase of life. There are a lot of matters over the course of my life that I just took into my own hands. I have learned that the best place to battle is in the courtroom.
Yes, it is.
Listen, I'm taking it so far is that I went to law school a couple of times and dropped out. I'm gonna finish this time, but in the meantime, I've enrolled in PA school, not physician assistant, paralegal. Cool. Just because it's something that I want to be in, something that I want to know. I have no intention on using it. However, I heard legal staffing, legal placements. That's a great vertical, a great niche. I won't claim to be an expert in it or know anything about it, but it could be a possibility with my extra training. So what we're going to get into today, if I can pull up my screen and pull out that agenda. I'm going to leave that open. Problem is I left all my screens up last night and I did not shut anything down. So hopefully it won't get slow. I'm going to try to close out. I'm one of those people, I have 50 screens and windows open. Just let me get out of what I was working on.
Well, that's the only way how I feel like I'm real productive. I got to have 10, 15 screens open.
Honey, and I have them lined up. Let me see here. And what I do during the day is I do time blocking. So like for a certain amount of time, I'm studying for different things, because I'm taking some exams to get more pharmacist state licenses. So I
Okay.
have that stuff up on the screen, but let me get out of there. Get the Google Drive open. So I apologize for
No, it's okay.
not having this. So I'm not understanding why I'm signed out of some stuff. Let's see. My son's accounts are linked to mine, so I think when he tries to get into his little stuff, it kicks me out of all my accounts. Okay, here's the Google Drive. All right. I'm just going to go in and share. Okay, right now you're just seeing the front of my screen. So I'm going to go in and you should be able to see my Google Drive loading.
Yep, it just popped up.
All righty. So I created a drive for the mastermind, but I'm going to be navigating in and out of the Care Dynamics internal drive and Asana. So if there's anything that I'm discussing and it doesn't match what's on the screen, just stop me, because I will tend to start talking about something and not change my screen to the thing that I'm talking about. So the
Okay.
first thing that I want to go over is just the first part of our agenda. So we have introduced ourselves and had a little conversation. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is identifying our hiring needs. So the pre-work assignment was to define at least 2 specific roles that you need to hire for in your business. And then we're going to work through the skills that are needed for those roles, the qualifications, any personality traits, how much are you willing to pay for those roles. And what I want to do today is just look at some of the people who have come forth and applied for the roles that I actually put on Online Jobs PH. Now, I will preface that with the Philippines. Me and Bianca were listening to a very good podcast, and he talked about how the Philippines is mostly good for a lot of the administrative work and some of the sourcing work. But when it comes to the things that we need as recruiters, both on the staffing and recruitment side, to get people that are gonna want to talk to people and be aggressive enough and assertive and just confident enough to get on the phones and interact with candidates, and in some cases client facing, the Philippines, due to the time difference, due to the language barrier, and just due to the culture, and they're kind of timid people, they're not always the best for some of the roles that we need to hire for. So when it comes to operations and the actual recruiter facing, the recruiter that is talking to the candidates, doing not just sourcing, but actually talking and engaging the candidates, I am interested in looking toward South Africa or Mexico. So that's what we're gonna exchange some ideas about today, because I have not gotten there. I've only ever done the Philippines. Bianca, have you ever done any
I
other?
only done the Philippines, but I'm thinking just in my mind, South
Mhm.
Africans may be the best for this job because they are aggressive.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yes.
they get things done. I will say
Mhm.
that. They really do get things done. Not really sure about the Mexican people, but I know for
Mhm.
sure that South Africans, they're gonna get the job done.
Yeah. And I know that he was mentioning that the sweet spot is someone who might have gone to school in the United States.
Yep.
And so
They
they're
will.
acclimated to our culture, and but they just happen to live in Mexico, because Mexico, for me, Philippines is offshore, but Latin America is near shore.
Mhm.
So even though the price points are a little bit higher, you're gonna get some good people there. The challenge for me is I don't necessarily know where to go to find them, right? Then for South Africa, I know I can go on LinkedIn and find them. But here's the thing, this is where I get hung up. As an African American female business owner, even with the Filipino workers, I don't know that we get taken seriously as business owners compared to a staffing and recruitment agency that is UK owned or American male owned.
Yep.
We get, I don't think we get the quality necessarily that other people, the respect that other people might get, because we're automatically treated with the illusion that our companies are smaller. So
Yep.
what I have found is they try to moonlight a lot, and they'll have 2, 3, 4. They trying to balance all these roles and sit on my payroll.
Yep. We were just talking about that.
So to the point of South Africa, I don't know how that would look for African American business owners, CEOs, with there being, like, they have apartheid and stuff. So if they treat the people of color that are on the soil with them a certain type of way when they get to America, or they're how serious are they going to take us as African American recruitment business owners? That's my issue, and I'm willing to call it out. I don't know that I know what that looks like, but I'm interested in having conversations around it. Even in the podcast that we watch, one of the reasons why I'm starting this mastermind is because the podcast that we enjoy watching, you would think that there are no African American people doing staffing and recruitment.
Right. You're absolutely right on that.
So,
I feel like we're not being represented well. I also feel like it might be a reason because we don't have the resources that they may have. And when you think about it, when we were listening to that podcast and he was talking about the mastermind, it's like how many people are doing nearly almost the same thing that we're doing or close to it, that's holding everybody accountable. Because one thing I can say about African Americans is that we don't like to share information.
Right. And let me tell you the experience I've had, because I've tried to do this a couple of times. One time, my Spectrum Staffing Initiative, I wish you were in on that, because it had the potential to be so great. Everybody in the group was amazing, and I might invite some of those ladies over. It was the client. I don't want to say this hospital system's name, but our client was the largest, if not one of the largest healthcare systems in the nation, and they are notorious for not being a great place to work. So we were trying to fill roles, and all of us were hitting brick walls with candidates because nobody want to work for this place. So, but we were really rearing to go. And it was a stat. Do you do staffing splits? Have you ever done splits?
No.
Splits is where you're splitting it between you and another agency. And we found out that beyond us, there was a whole other agency involved. So that was like a 3-way split.
Oh, wow.
And it didn't make sense. So I literally told my group, like, listen, I want you guys, I'm gonna be honest, I want you guys to go and just do the splits on your own. Go contact this person and you do the splits, so that you're only splitting it 2 ways versus I don't want to be in the middle. I'm not here to make money off of you guys. I'm here for us to just work together as a network. And you're right. I don't know what it is about us, but instead of collaborating, we like to compete.
Absolutely.
And I'm not like that. I've been told I share too much, but I don't believe there's such thing. It's no such thing as too much information. The information is endless. I can never know enough. I can never do enough. There's plenty of clients to go around, so I never feel like I have to. I don't know what's to come, but so far I've never felt like I needed to undercut anybody to get business.
No, because I feel like at the end of the day, what's for you is going to be for you.
Yes.
If I tell 10, 20, 30 people, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what's for me is already written and what's for you is already written as well.
Correct. And I realize I've been looking up at this one. I'll pull this back down because we're just having a conversation. But about the collaboration, that's why I was telling Z, I'm like, my goal for this business unit, because we're going to treat it like a business unit, is to keep it small and keep it familiar. I like how he said that it was people that they had been assigned to a group through some other place and they got with each other and said, no, we are going to work together. We're going to, because these other people are all right, but I like your style. I like that we're in similar places. That's why I made it to where you got to already be doing 6 figures, because this is what I find in the groups. There are more starters than operators.
Yep.
Everybody in theory knows how to start a staffing or recruitment agency or both. Nobody knows how to run one. At minimum, everybody knows how to do staffing splits. That's another thing that I found. A lot of African-American recruiters and staffing agency owners, they're only interested in doing a split. They're more freelancers than business owners, right? So
Yeah.
that means that I do it too. I like using some of the marketplaces, Reflick, Recruitify. I was a part of in a group. We'll talk about that another day, but there are a lot of grifters out there that are looking to sell you a $10,000 program.
Yeah.
But they're not making placements.
Nope.
So you have that out there, and I don't want to be a part of that. I find that there aren't very many African American staffing and recruitment agency groups where they get granular and tactical. That's what I want this to be. So I'm just like, we're going to take what we're watching on these amazing podcasts, because I can't take anything from, I'm going to shout them out. These are the 3 that I keep in rotation. Mark Whitby, Resilient Recruiter Podcast, Game Changer, Next Level. Benjamin Mina.
I started following him on LinkedIn. I since you about them, listen, I've been hooked. I don't listen to music and stuff like that. So I listen to podcasts when I'm driving. My kids be in the car. They're like, what we listen to? We gonna listen to
my podcast.
A podcast on how we can generate some more income. And plus I want this to be family owned. So
that's the level I'm trying to get to. I don't care about the background and race of the things. I want to be, those are the rooms I want to be sitting in. And if they haven't already had, very, very many African American people on their podcast,
I didn't see any. I did not see it. I was looking for it. I was like, well, where are we at? I'm like, how do we get on? How do we talk about it? Because they're talking about how they made 600,000. And I'm like, I made 500,000,
341. So we're doing the billings. I listen to some of these people and it's like, well, I'm already there. And I will put it on myself also. It's not because I haven't been invited by those particular ones, but there's been a couple that have invited me on, and it's outside of my comfort zone in that I'm more of I haven't reached my pinnacle. Like I can do it in this way because I'm in my house. This is us. I'm going to put it on YouTube, and that's outside of my comfort zone to give them the detail, but I want to grow, and I'm putting it out there with the hopes that it will connect me with my audience. You're getting exposure, like we're all getting some type of exposure. So I have turned down opportunities to be on podcasts about all kinds of stuff, the little relationship podcast and everything, but it's out. I like to talk, but it's different when you're on somebody else's platform. I don't know if I'm willing or ready to really, really get into the bare bones of my business, minus me being in control of the platform, if you will. I don't know if I don't know what that looks like, because when it comes to this staffing and recruitment stuff, I am cocky in a lot of areas, but in this area, I'm real humble. Like I see other people's numbers, and I could really say I'm doing better than that. But I don't want to do that. But I'm doing the guys that are on Ben's podcast, they're like killing it, and they talk numbers, and they don't care to tell you, yeah, I did 100 grand, 200. I did 7 figures. I did this amount of time. I gotta get I usually speak on a monthly basis. Like I remember last year, I had a $62,000 month. That's a milestone for me.
That's good. That's really good.
When the $30,000 months became normal, $30,000 months became normal. That's how I think of it. It wasn't until I did taxes that I
Girl.
realized you're doing okay. You're doing
Mhm.
pretty good. And I have a lot, as we're going to share through the course of the CEO Mastermind, I have a lot of processes and things that could be beneficial. You mentioned Dante Nino. I hope I'm not of Tiello. Those are people that I've only ever experienced via podcasts and LinkedIn, but that's the level I'm trying to get on. Like they don't know me
too.
from a can of paint, but my goal is
We gonna
it's
claim it
not who
though.
you know. Yes, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And these are the people that I want to be in the rooms
In a
of.
room.
Why? Because one thing I noticed, they're not information leeches. They're willing to share and just tell you what they know. Whereas with us,
We
particularly
wouldn't
Black
hold back.
women, we
Constantly
gatekeeping.
gatekeeping.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
not
called
gatekeeping.
gatekeeping.
I'm not gatekeeping. If I know something, Bianca, that can help you land a contract today, girl, here you go. I've
And
always
that's all
been like that. I'm
same
always going to be
here.
like that. You have been like that. But we're different. So we are
The thing
going
about it,
to,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
no, you're fine. You're
Um,
fine.
I forgot. I think it was Dante. He said the reason why he give out so much information. What stuck out to me was he said that the reason why he give out so much information is because people are not going to use it. They're not going to do it. They're going to
That's
be.
true.
So
That's
of
true.
course
You
I'm gonna give
don't
it to
have to
you.
worry.
You're not going to use it. So
You don't have to worry about competition when people don't have the work ethic and just the commitment to themselves. I was telling Z when before you came in, I was like, we were going to change the timing of this meeting. And I was telling you, like, okay, we can change it. And I was like, no, I'm in the season of honoring commitments to myself and others. And anytime there's an inconvenience or I get anxious, because that's the other thing, like as social as I might seem, I think I have social anxiety. So if this meeting wasn't going to go perfect, even though it's an informal meeting, I want to push it off because I wanted to make sure I wanted to change this whole setup to where you know how it looks on their YouTube channels, but I haven't figured out how to do it yet. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna show up. I wanted to have on clothes. I got on my workout clothes, my Pilates clothes from this morning. And I'm just like, nope, I'm not canceling on Bianca. I'm not canceling on Z, and I'm not canceling on myself. So that's one thing that we're gonna establish in this group is if we have extenuating circumstances and we cannot meet, no problem. But I'm making the commitment that I'm not going to cancel any of our meetings unless somebody is dead, dying, or hurt, or I just cannot make it. I will be accountable to you guys and to myself for what we are doing. So
I
let me get
appreciate your
on
commitment, Sean,
into,
and I'm happy to be here with you and Bianca. As
I'm
you were
happy
talking,
y'all are here.
something came to my mind because
Hmm.
a lot of times, and within the 15 plus years that I've known you, you created your own table. And as you were talking about wanting to get into the conversation spaces with those people who are in the staffing and recruitment, what if you create so that, because you already have a lot on your plate, because you already do so much, I already know, but what if you create your own staffing and recruitment podcast, something that's either bi-weekly so that it's not too strenuous on you, but it's
Hmm.
enough so you're looked at as an expert in your marketplace because you're making six figures plus. So you're not somebody who's just trying to,
Hmm.
you know what I'm
No,
saying? And you could be
not
that
drifting.
authority and
Hmm.
be able to reach out to the people and say, hey, I have a podcast. And like your first couple of episodes can be with the staffing people that you already know. That way, when the people do come to your page, they can say, okay, she's been doing this for a while. I like her
Yes,
content. I like what she's doing. And then you can kind of go from there. That way you can invite them to
right.
your table instead of waiting for some,
I love that. I
while
love that.
you're looking for
I
a way to
love
kind of
that.
get into those conversations.
Yeah, because to be honest, I'm
like a round
intimidated.
table.
It's
It's like
intimidating. Like you just said, I'm used to creating the space. Um, and oftentimes I didn't get to this, but oftentimes it's a space where everybody is starting out. So instead of it being a conversation, it's people that I gotta teach them how to get an LLC, just as an example. Like I don't want to teach that. Like I don't want to get stuck in the weeds on that. So, but it is
You're beyond that.
intimidating. The conversation gets intimidating because I've been in the room. Benjamin does several, and I keep talking about these people, but if they end up watching, I'm not claiming to know them personally. I'm not trying to clout chase off of them. I just truly admire them. But Benjamin hosts some pretty kick-ass podcasts, not podcasts, summits. And the people that he has on, I'm just like, they're celebrities to me. That's what it is. Like, to me,
Yeah.
Julia Arpong, which she was so nice. I reached out to her. She gave me her mentor. Like, they are so nice and accessible, yet they are intimidating to me, admittedly. So I'm gonna hold myself accountable to get over it, because those are the rooms
And I
that
want to
we
help you
all will be in.
get to that stage to be able to, because like I said, and even myself, a majority of the reasons why I am where I am, even speaking, is because I will go ask a question. How did I get into a speaking arena? Because I saw the speaker and I was like, okay, I saw somebody who looked like me speaking, and I was like, I wanted to do that.
Mhm.
Kind of like I believe I can fly. If I can see it, I can do it. I'm like, yep, I want to do that. And I was like, how did you? So you know what? At the end of the speaking, some people don't go ask the speaker questions. I asked, get to do
You
this.
do.
I was bold enough to ask. And she said, oh, you just get with the education committee, and they're always looking for speakers. I said, that okay.
And
And
Bianca,
just
to her credit, she was I'm sorry, I thought you were done. My bad.
go ahead.
I thought, but I'm trying to think of our first meeting, but my first speaking engagement as a pharmacist at one of the professional pharmacy conferences, this is who introduced me. I think the first one was FSHP, and then, or FPA. I did a lot of work with FPA. But my professional speaker career or engagements all came starting with her. She was a
Oh,
speaker and
wow.
she got me on, like, never done it before. And I got up there and did a good job, and they kept inviting me back year after year. It slowed down when COVID came, and I have not done the professional speaking engagement because I really haven't been practicing pharmacy much after COVID. When COVID hit, that was about the time that I semi-retired from pharmacy. So I haven't cared to do any talks on pharmacy, but I am a pretty good public speaker, and I owe Z that credit. Like, I was on my first bulletin because of her.
Oh,
It really
wow.
was.
Oh, wow.
Well, like I said, we've actually spoken at a conference together.
Which one
I
was
was
it?
on Saturday. She was on Sunday. We were in Sarasota.
Okay. Yes, because we went to the beach. So to be here
And
with
that
you
was
now,
like,
I love it. So that's Bianca, that's what I want to build, is like a network like that where it's not transactional and we're not just here to get stuff out of each other. No, I want to be sitting here a year from now, 5 years from now, to say, okay, we were six-figure business owners in 2025 and we got together, and look at us now, billing
Right.
7 figures plus. So,
Absolutely.
but okay, let's get into our hiring needs. So can you guys see my Asana?
Yes.
All right. So when it comes to defining the hiring needs for Care Dynamics, I determined that the roles that I want to entertain hiring for is an operations manager, which would be like my right hand, a candidate delivery consultant, which is a sourcer, which I have hired several of these before, and another recruiter. I have hired and have one of these. Kind of have a sourcer, but she's more kind of admin. I have never hired the business development person, and I'm modeling that after Mr. Fisher, which is the guy whose podcast the latest episode that we are referencing, where he said he hired a business development person that builds lists. And then I've never ever hired a cold caller. So this is my hang up with that. Hey, my hang up with that is I don't like to be cold called. so I don't cold call. But just because I don't cold call doesn't mean that cold calling should not be done, and doesn't mean that it can't be done. I just can't do it. How y'all
Cold
feel about it?
calling, cold calling.
You're fine.
That's how I actually got my first contract.
Wow. You got to teach
And
me.
I do not like talking on phones to like, when you call somebody, you're a little nervous. You don't know what they're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually got my first contract by cold calling, just asking, hey, this is Bianca calling from Unlimited Staffing Agency. Wanted to know if I could speak with your admin. Admin got on the phone. I'm like, I know I'm interrupting your day. Can I send you an email, or can I receive your email address so I can send you information about us? Sent them information about us. They responded. I sent them a contract and got it just like that, just by calling. Just by calling. I don't like to do it, but sometimes we have to do it, but I don't like to do it, but I will.
Right. So this is how I figured I would get around it. Since I don't like to do it, I'm not comfortable. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't think I know how to do it. I'm hire somebody. Hire people that do what you do better and let them do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, that's not something, unless I can get an interview and hear them on the phone, that's not something that I would be comfortable letting the people that I've hired from the Philippines before do, because even when they speak great English, it's certain cultural context clues, slang, and things, the way we say things here in the United States and the Western world, that they might not be able to pick up on. Not to mention, even though they're accustomed to working overnight hours to support U.S. businesses, um, I just don't want them on the phone in the middle of the night groggy. One thing that I found when I'm talking to them, when we're doing our meetings and things, like you can hear what's going on in their background.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have purchased headsets, like this one is a cheap one, noise blocker, but you might hear whatever is going on with them. Another thing, another hang up with the Philippines is that they have power outages. If they're
All
not like
the
on the, yes, unless they're lying to me now, because
No,
that's
no,
okay.
no, they really
Okay.
have power outages. I will say that with the VA that I had three VAs, and
Hmm.
during a certain season, they had really bad typhoons, and they have really bad
Yes.
power outages, and that's a hiccup to our business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Because I do a follow this, well, not so much now because we downsized. Like we're running with three of us now. I've had as much as seven. And I look back, it's like even the guys that are billing millions didn't have as much personnel as I had.
mhm.
But there was a time where either it would happen, it's scheduled. Sometimes they know when it's gonna come, and then I guess it gets too hot over there or something, and they'll be like, oh, I gotta go, the power company is here. So if you're supposed to be on the phones and interviewing candidates, I was running a follow the sun model, which means that we're available 24/7. If the sun is up somewhere in the world, Care Dynamics is open.
Okay.
I want to continue that. Like, I don't want to be the agency that closes, that works Eastern time 9 to 5. I know people that are more established say, oh, I only work 12 hours a week. Well, they have to be having a team that's working more hours. So I want my team to be available. My requisition person, I'm cool with her working overnight. But her job, when we were trying to take on a bunch of different roles from the different the job, like Reflick, the job board, her job was to come in overnight and make sure that all the jobs are posted on the job board, our company job board, and make sure all those requisitions are maintained. Because when you're doing high volume staffing, those
Mhm.
roles go really fast. So they might be available one day, closed the next day. So it was her goal, her role to go into all the different sites that were signed up for and just that was a job. And she does a great job with that. But the sourcer, I'm kind of okay with the sourcer not being in our time zone, but I need my sourcer to be able to work in tandem with the recruiter.
Yes.
So that's a challenge. So it's certain roles that I'm cool with working staggered hours and things, but there needs to be communication, there needs to be handoff. That's why I want an operations person, and I'm even entertaining having because I've had this before, a recruitment manager just for the Philippine staff, the offshore staff, and the operations for on and near shore. All this obviously costs money, but one thing that I took away from that podcast is if each person is paying for themselves, I don't know if it was that one or someone else's, but as long as each person is paying for themselves in terms of productivity, what you're paying them, don't ever say you can't afford to hire. I've been saying too long, we can't afford to hire. We can't afford to hire. No, we can't afford not to hire in order to scale. We
That's a
can't
great
afford not to
mindset.
hire.
That's a great mindset.
Like and especially now, we were talking the other day about putting KPIs on it. My KPI is I got this from Dante, which is they need to be making a certain amount of candidate deliveries. Like say for instance, our sourcers, they need to have a list of X amount of people within a certain amount of hours. For my recruiter though, for every role that we are prioritizing, I need to have them have somebody interviewed with us, so screened, and I go by submissions. I want 2 to 3 submissions. 2 is ideal because I don't want to overload the client, but 2 to 3 submissions within 72 hours. I think Dante does 96, but within 3 days of us working on the role, you can't get me 2 people.
Right.
2 people, So that's important for the KPIs. So I guess my question for you guys is what role out of the 5 that I have here, and if they match anything that you're doing, like what one would you think would be like the most integral? Like if I had to focus there, like what do you think?
So I have a question for you, and this will
Sure.
help me determine which role is most important. Um,
Okay.
are you trying to have more placements, or are you trying to get more clients?
Good question. Because that's where I'm hung up. The immediate me, the now me wants more placements. I want more candidates in the because even with the staffing splits, we have so many roles. If we could just get 10% of them filled, that would be amazing. So candidates.
Okay. So now my second question.
Uh-huh.
Is there a way you can merge the sourcer and the recruiter together
Yes,
to make
absolutely.
one?
We've done that, and
Okay.
I'm open to doing that. I'm 100% open to doing that. It's just I keep taking things off the desk of the people that I hire,
Mm-hmm.
thinking that if I get more streamlined and I reduce their amount of functions, they'll get better at the functions. But that's not happening.
All right. So I feel like you can merge the sourcer and recruiter together. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that can be your number one priority, because
Okay.
if you are sourcing and you getting the right candidates, and you said you want to have them to the client within 72 hours, you got a headhunter.
Yes.
So I feel like the recruiter and the sources merged together would be the most important. In
Let
my
me ask you this. So you do staffing, but I do staffing and recruitment.
Mhm.
Should I like would you recommend doing using the same team for those, or would I need a recruiter for the staffing side and a recruiter for the recruiting side?
So now I feel like that goes into your business model.
Mm-hmm.
In the way of you don't want to overwhelm your sourcer or your recruiter with too many tasks. I feel like you can use 2 people, one specifically for your direct placements, and then one specifically for your recurrent. So
Good point.
they don't mess up the titles or the positions. And
Mm-hmm.
when you have candidates, oh, you told me this, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not that. So I think 2 different people will work for that. In my
Now that's a good point. For those 2 verticals, those 2 lines of business, I have 2 different needs.
Mm-hmm.
For the staffing side, because I know it so well, I want to do BD. I want to ramp up BD and get more staffing clients, because my clients right now on the staffing side are all pharmacies, all independent pharmacies. And the reason why I have that sewn up, and it's because I'm a pharmacist, so I get it. But I
Right.
want to branch out. I want to be like you and go into other realms. I want to go into nursing homes, and not just healthcare, right?
Right.
I
I
want
want
to
to
be
talk about,
able,
I want to get into IT.
yes. So for that, BD, because I think I can find temp people, or we, not I. However, recruitment, candidate delivery. So candidate delivery is the sore spot on the recruitment side, because we have requisitions out the ass. We have so many places to work on a requisition. The challenge with that is being able to determine. I have a book called Search and Placement. I'll share those books another time, but I have a bunch of books where it talks about prioritizing, categorizing your requisitions into A, B, and Q categories. If it's an A search, you do this. If it's a B search, then you wouldn't give as much focus. If it's a Q search, then you don't really work on it. You passively let resumes come in. But for our A searches, we have more than enough. We just can't, we got to find people. And this is the other issue that we're having. You mentioned Sourcewell. I use Pen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just started using Pen, and I was using Juicebox, GPT. All of those sourcing sites, those sourcing tools, they're aggregating from the same place. They're getting people from LinkedIn. The
Yes.
difference between them is how they present them to you. So one's dashboard looks like this, like in Juicebox is really nice, where AI will rank the people and give you a percentage as to how much they actually match the role. Pen is really dope. I just started using Pen. Rich Rosen, which is another person I look up to, he mentioned it on the podcast that he uses that. So I started using it. That one's like $350 a month. Juicebox is $179, but
And
they do the same thing.
Sourcewell is around 346.
So it's probably like Pen. So they all essentially do the same things that a sourcer is going to do. However, this is the thing that I like. A sourcer that is armed with one of those tools,
It's dangerous.
but the challenge with the roles is that so many, if all the different sourcing tools are pulling from the same pool of candidates, the disadvantage is you got other agencies using Pen, other agencies using regular LinkedIn, other agencies using all these same tools. So we're basically, I had a candidate one time was like, you're like the sixth person that contacted me about this role. And that happens because even on the pharmacist side, I still get contacted by, every time CVS is hiring, I get contacted by 10 different recruiters for the same role, which I'm cool with because it keeps my ears to the streets, because ultimately that CVS temp contract is going to be that enterprise contract.
Yep.
Is going to retire me. I know it. So I like to hear, but I have to get on the approved vendor list for that, which I've been working on. So how do we navigate if we have multiple lines of business? Do we pause one? Like how do we now, how would you navigate that?
So our ultimate goal is to work on the business and not in the business, right?
All right.
So
Yes.
which one do you think requires more of your attention?
Pharmacist staffing. 100% pharmacist staffing, or
So,
staffing, period.
okay. Next question. So if you do staffing strictly, me personally, probably would work directly on staffing until I get it to a goal. So you have to be able to measure your goal, right? So if I get to the goal that I wanted to get on, I'm focused on that. And once I get there, you can use whatever you're getting from that to help you with your other side of the business.
Agreed. Okay. So this changes, because when I did the Asana, all of this is based on the recruitment vertical,
Mm.
having them in mind. But this is good. This is good. So I want to shift gears off of me for a second and talk about, okay, what roles did you identify? Because since we're seemingly moving in the right direction, you're already doing staffing. I would be interested to know then, what roles did you identify that you need to hire for?
So I wrote my stuff down because I'm a writer, and then
No problem.
I
Yeah.
type stuff up. So
Yeah.
I know that I definitely need a recruiter. I know that
Okay.
I need an onboarding coordinator, and ultimately, I know that I need help on my business development. The right here, right now, the two is onboarding and recruiting. And the reason why I say that is because I already have the clients, but I'm unable to give them as many employees as needed. That's one.
Okay. Okay.
And the second thing is I'm also in multiple states, but I have not been able to get my feet wet because it's only me.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm the type of person where I'm like, I can do everything by myself, which
Same.
for the most part I can. But
Mm-hmm.
if I can duplicate myself, teach my recruiter the same exact process, and they can add a little twist if they're, of course, because you want to hire somebody that's better than you,
Right.
then I can touch seven figures.
Definitely. So my question for you then becomes, what about if your onboarding coordinator was also an operations person like
Mm,
you? Because you're operations. And you could get like a bird's eye view of that, from instead of you being inundated with the people,
uh-huh.
that person serves as the go-between. So they're reporting to you, and you and that person are working together, and you are building your processes, your SOPs that they follow. And it's
Mm-hmm.
their job to oversee not only their onboarding, but the recruiters and everything else that you need, and even the candidates, the workers, and they're reporting back to you. And you have that bird's eye view, so that you can have a bunch of what I call blue sky moments. Blue sky is where I sit with my notebook too, and I just write SOPs and flesh out stuff in my Google Drive. Because I'm very process heavy. I probably got processes that we don't even use because I'm just always coming up with something. So somebody that can, if you write a good process, a good SOP, or have them write it, and that you sit down with them and go through step by step what you do, what parts of that can they take from you? What can they take off your plate? Because one thing about it is, even though we want people who are going to be paying for themselves in production,
Mm-hmm.
if they're taking something off your plate that makes you more productive, they're worth the money.
I agree, and I did not think of it in that manner.
Yeah.
Um, Now that you bring that on to me, so I will have the recruiter, and then I have operations
Uh-huh.
manager, and then with them paying for themselves, eventually I can get a recruiter for my other states that I need to get into.
Mm-hmm. That's
So
the other thing I want to ask you.
I want a
Where
recruiter
you
for
gonna
each state.
focus?
Oh,
Where you gonna focus?
see, I feel like it needs to be hand in hand. I feel like
Okay.
it needs to work simultaneously because the recruiter has to report to the operational manager. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, it just have to be hand in hand. I have to hire both of them at the same time. And
Okay.
I the way that I see it, I made a workflow, and
Mm-hmm.
it's basically the recruiter. Of course, they pre-screen, they interview, they make sure that the candidate submits the credentials. And once
Mm-hmm.
their
Mm-hmm.
file is complete, they send it over to onboarding. But during that time, in a perfect world, they should be the onboarding manager, operational manager, and the recruiter should be in constant communication.
Because guess what? Let me ask you a question about this. Are you the bottleneck in the company? Meaning, does it have to get through you before it's done?
At this moment, because it's just me, yeah.
Me, same. Yeah.
But in a perfect world, if I can take a step back, that would be great. but my
Mm-hmm.
operations manager would have to know how I think.
And see, that's the thing. I don't have to be the bottleneck in that. I started out with this thing where I reviewed every submission. I reviewed the submission and approved it for submission, right? I got to get over it. I got to get around myself. And that's why I asked you that, because I am 100% the bottleneck in that I just feel like if I don't look at it, if I don't put
I
my
feel the
stamp on
same
it,
way. I feel the same way. I don't know what the issue is though.
because if you're getting them trained, trust, I can tell you right now, it's trust.
Uh-huh.
And that comes with time, because I have had recruiters submit bullshit and saw it like, what made you think that person was
Right.
submittable? We go over when we launch a role, we as a team go over that role. I do sourcing sessions with them. We look at what made you think that person was suitable to submit. But I had my two now. I think I can let go of the reins. The question now becomes bringing in more people. I tell my girls all the time that we have our culture. Y'all need to tell on each other, because if there is somebody that you're working with in my organization that does not match the culture of the company, I want to know about it.
Right.
So you guys, I trust you, but I've had others that I could not trust to do what they came in to do. So that's where the operations comes in. So I could possibly, I've done this too. I've promoted someone and they just weren't ready. That doesn't take away. They're good at what they do, but overseeing others. So what I'm looking at is bringing in an operations person, but they have to be good to my existing people, but
Right.
also identify gaps in those people. Because what I'm hoping is that if I bring on some stronger people, it will light a fire. Because that's one thing about having Filipino workers. Um, they just want to work and have their work-life balance, and they just want to work. And I won't say it's do the bare minimum, but as he mentioned, Mr. Fisher mentioned on the podcast, they're very SOP intensive. They have to have a list. They're going to follow that list every day.
Yes,
There
they
is
will.
there's no thinking outside the box in
Right.
initiative. So that's one of the key things, is somebody who has more of an entrepreneurial spirit, and you're not going to find that in the Philippines. Then the drawback of finding somebody with an entrepreneurial spirit is are they going to take my entire back office?
And that was the thing. So it all comes back down to trust.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust somebody enough to run your business?
Yes.
That's the issue. That's my
Yes.
issue, because it's our
Yes.
babies, right?
Yes. I don't know what I've heard. I was watching one of the podcasts, and the guy was talking about how, hold on, I'm sorry, did it let keep Z out? Are
No,
you muted? Hold
yeah,
on.
her mic is off.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Try to unmute yourself, Z. I apologize.
No, you're okay. I was just gonna, as I'm listening to both of you, because my brain starts brainstorming.
I love it.
For you guys, I love the feedback. I love how you are supporting each other with, okay, here's what I think. Here's what I think you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I think you should do. When you get ready to choose your key person, and I don't know if you already have this created, because I'm hearing your vision. Create your own hierarchy.
Okay.
You sit at the top of that, but while you're thinking, okay, operations manager, I think for you, Bianca, you mentioned you're going to have a recruiter, and then you're going to have someone else on the opposite side that you would have to hire at the same time. Whatever that timeline looks like, once you get those people, if you train them, because I'm listening to I'm listening to two bosses, and because it's your company and it's your baby, that's why your hands are kind of all over it. You're feeling like your bottlenecks, because I can't let it go. I know if I look at it, I know, but when you get ready to train the person who's going to be your extra set of eyes, when you train them, there has to be a trust that goes in that. And think of it like this. That's a 6-week, I think 6 weeks is a good enough time to work around someone for them to understand how your brain
Yes.
works, what you're looking for, what you would say no to, because they need to see it from your eyes, not them, your
Mm-hmm.
eyes. And I say
Mm-hmm.
that because I was an account manager for a long-term care pharmacy, and I worked with the director of pharmacy, who was the main hierarchy, but I never talked to, not never talked to, but I did not have to report or say anything to the operations because I was over the account.
Right.
So that's the person who's doing the recruitment, and then you have your operations person. But we all saw things the way the director saw it because she trained us for 6 weeks. Here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I know. When you see this, that I don't play that. And so it was never, when I was out at these facilities with these nurses, it was never a question is, with Alicia like this, I already knew because I had been around her for 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This is her eyes. So
Yes.
as you guys are building your companies and creating these positions, and you're learning to trust, not learning, but you're going to trust the person who you put in that position, you have to give yourself the leeway for them to pick up how you think, because they have to
Right.
see it through. If they don't see it through your eyes, it's going to be wrong. They can't
Yep.
see it. Well, this is, I would accept it. Somebody going to tell you, Dr. Thompson, well, I would accept it. I don't want you to accept it how you would accept it.
Right. So that's the
Right.
funny thing about it, because I actually my godmom is a HR person. So
Mm-hmm.
I had like messaged her. Today is Wednesday. I messaged her on Monday, and I said, from an HR standpoint, can you tell me, can you train me to train somebody how to think like me? Serious, because
That's good.
I'm not an HR person. I
Me
don't
either.
come from that background.
Me either.
So I have policies and procedures, but how do I train this person to think like me? And how does that look? So we're supposed to have a meeting tomorrow. And I'm gonna ask her to be side by side with me as I train this person.
One of the requirements for your operations person, they got to come, because one thing you're going to find, I'll show you on Online Jobs PH, you have the recruiters that come from an agency background and the ones that come from internal HR, talent
Mhm.
acquisition, two totally different workflows and mindsets. So we need to require, I said I wanted my operations person to have project management background,
Right.
but HR is important. HR HR is important, even if it's generalist, because you'll have the ones that come and say, "Well, I was HR for healthcare, I was HR for tech."
Hmm.
I know we don't want to be generalist, but I want somebody that's seen a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I don't want someone who's only onboarded and been in HR at a healthcare agency or a healthcare system versus somebody in tech. So we need to make sure our operations person is HR savvy. We're gonna bring ourselves up to code too. And see, I will go back to school 50 times.
I will too.
Let me get on Coursera and
I as
find us an
well.
HR or Udemy and find us a course.
Where Dr. Thompson used words out of my mouth. Here's the
You
thing,
don't
because
have to
as
call
I'm
me
listening,
Dr. Thompson. Stop that.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No, never.
Here's the thing. Oh my gosh, I think I figured it out, because remember I said what I wanted to do with my company, figure out how to be a liaison between
Mm-hmm.
the employer and the employee.
Let me turn this light on. I'm listening though.
Sure. I know how a director looks at things.
Mm.
First, I have 20 years of experience in pharmacy as a
Mm-hmm.
pharmacy technician. Although the pharmacist's last check, I know this ain't good prescription. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna take it's wrong. It ain't fine. X, Y, and Z. So even without it being initially worded as I have this experience, don't look outside the box. Your person, whoever your operations or your recruiter is, might have an experience that they don't even know that they haven't, that they don't have the word for it to say, I know how to do that.
Okay.
So as long as they have a certain level of attention to detail and a willingness to learn it how you want it to be, that's what your question is, Bianca. How can I, from an HR standpoint, how can I have someone think the way that I think? You tell them just like that. you're seeing this through my eyes. I'm going to teach you for the next week. This is how I would see it. This is how I would look at it. And when you get ready to see something, think about something, you need to look at it through my lens. Kind of like a child cleaning the house. You don't clean it the way you think it should be cleaned. You're going to clean it the way your mom wanted it to
I know
clean.
that's right. I know that's right. And that
I know
even
I
comes
can
in
throw
point with
something
the
under the bed,
recruiters.
but I know my mama gonna look in the closet, so it has
Right.
to be cleaned a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And you teach it the same way.
Okay.
When it comes to them doing it the way, because of course there's going to be those different anomalies where, well, we didn't go over this, and I always believe in the when in doubt, don't. And that has to be like an extreme circumstance where they have to say, I need to reach out on this. But for the most part, this person has to be confident in their own abilities, because you're not there to hold their hand.
Right.
They have to already know how to do what they're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I had never been an account manager, but I managed people before. I had never been over nursing facilities, but I've helped with pharmacy operations before. So whatever the role the person is in, they have to feel confident enough to be, okay, I understand what being asked, or should I say what's required of me. Because as you're teaching them how to look through your lens, you don't have time to hold their hand. You're not holding their hand those we think they're
Right.
You're
And
not
I think that's important for everybody because
I want you. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying you're not there to teach them how to. I'm not going to hold your hand and teach you how to do your job. You already know how to do what you're doing. Right. I now want you to do it the way I want it done.
And see, I've hit brick walls with that, with even sourcing and recruitment. If I'm giving you the must-haves are the must-haves, the nice-to-haves are the nice-to-haves. We can skimp on those. What I have even started teaching, I long started teaching them to do is, if the client says that is a nice-to-have, treat it as a must-to-have, because the moment you present somebody that does not have the nice-to-have, they're going to ask you where it is. So even when it comes down to screening resumes, we go over them. We go over a batch of them, because I need you to look at people in the lens. There used to be a time where you could present a candidate that you could make the case for them, meaning they're not exactly what the hiring manager said that they desired, but we can make the case for why the hiring manager should consider this person. That is gone. They want what they want. And you know what? We can do a whole podcast of bloopers in that sometimes the hiring managers, you don't want to tick them off, but they are full of crap. Because it's like you wouldn't even be able to get this job. You're the hiring manager, but if that person had to have all these things, you don't even have those. So they want unicorns with purple spots is what I call it. But I need my people to be able to deliver a unicorn with those purple spots, and don't bring me anything else. Because this is the other thing that I've learned to do. There's a school of thought that says, well, we want to have conversations with everybody. Let's say I'm hiring pharmacists. We don't want to look at a resume to size a person up. We just want to talk to every pharmacist that we can to build and fill our pipeline. Mm-hmm. But once it's filled, you want to weed it out, because there are some people that are just a waste of time. You know, you're not going to be able to submit them to anybody. Right. Or you know they're going to be difficult to work with. So just getting better at having the people be able to look at the candidates the way that I look at them, the way that I would say no, right? It's not going to take me 30 minutes to figure that out. It takes me 5 minutes to know no.
We probably can, and this is something that I thought about, is having a red flag checklist. Yes. When you're looking at a resume, the way that you look at it, maybe write it out, and if these are here and you see it, no. Yep. Or have it as a point system, maybe, which would work as well. And that's something that we can give the recruiters. Like, this is what I'm looking for. And on the podcast, the guy, I forgot who it was, but he said, like, they look at resumes together. Yes. They look for the first, I think it was 2 weeks or so. For the month, they look at resumes together, and this is what I don't like, this is what I do like, and what you think. And then they came back, the recruiters came back and did the same thing. So That's something else that I know that I can implement
Yeah.
into the business.
One thing, let me show you. One thing that I implemented that I really like, even though you don't want to depend on
I love me
even
some ChatGPT.
I created a GPT. I create GPTs for everything. And I pay for the pro because I
I
just
have
love
the
my
Pro
chat
too, but
GPT.
I don't really use it like that.
I do when I'm doing things that require like deep. I use it more so personally for
Mhm.
like my deep. I used it for this. I'll show you in a minute how I came up with the figures for how much we should pay based off of the industry to statistics of how much certain roles cost in Mexico versus South Africa. Like I'll show you in a minute. It gets really good. Not saying 4.5 won't do that, but 4.5 is a preview of the whole O1 Pro. So
Okay.
when you want to get into numbers and like
Mhm.
real calculations and stuff, it's good for like deep research, digging in.
Okay.
So what I did, we have a resume analyzer or resume analyst.
Okay.
So what I'll do, I'm gonna show you how it works really well. They are not to rely on this though. Let me log into my Loxo and we'll just do a fake job because this might be something that y'all you can use for sure. Where's my Loxo? Here we go. I'm just gonna see if we have any new resumes in and just do a screening. Let's go to the jobs. Okay, yeah, we do. The CNC machinist, because I can't remember what every job that we're working on.
Mhm.
I can't remember everything about it. So let's just look at who we got in. So we got this person and he submitted his resume. So I'm going to download his resume. And then I'm going to go into the role. And let me see if I did what I was supposed to do, because the internal notes are supposed to contain the, yep, I did it. This is all the information on the role. So what I do is I take this, I call this the raw data.
Okay.
And inside of my GPT, I throw the raw data and I attach the resume. And what that's going to do is just give me preliminarily whether or not this person would make the cut. Now, this is the other disadvantage. Some of these, here it is. Some of these don't allow you to attach files, but all my GPTs, I have them up to select files. So without telling it to do anything, I've already built it. I'm just going to hit go. And it's going to rate him and give him a scorecard. This is based off of that raw data in the role. Everything that was a must-have, it's going to go through everything and say this, yes, no. Look, employment gap, that's one of our red flags. So when you said build the red flags, yes, I put all my red flags into this resume analyst. So this is what I'm talking about. I make the job so simple for them to do that if you're not doing it, you're just being defiant.
Right.
Because instead of,
This.
even if you don't have my brain, I have a GPT for everything. So if you can't be sitting right beside me thinking, I got a GPT with all my thoughts on things in it. Where you can you've got Shawn inside of this thing knows too much about me. So now here's the summary and recommendation. So he comes out as a yes. Now I'm not gonna rely on this. Even if it's a no, it'll give you yes, maybe, strong no.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do with this is if he's a yes, I tell them to take all these evaluations and we can make scorecards for them, but for this person, I'm going to put this in his profile. We can put it in intake. I'm just going to throw it in activity for right now and make it into a note. But from here, where's my note update? Note update. I can put it anywhere in his profile, but they are required to show me that they ran it through the GPT just because there are headhunters that don't need to do all this, but for the sake of continuity, I want to know that you let AI screen it, and then you went and checked on AI, because sometimes this thing will be a little too strict, and there's something certain people that they'll say no to that I would say, I will. So the thing is pointing out is for them is knowing when would Shawn make an exception for this person,
Okay.
because when it comes to the black and white, the XYZ, I got a GPT that'll tell you yes or no, and so far it's not been wrong. But beyond that, if we want to color outside the lines, we're in the black and white area. We want to go for some gray. That's where they need to know what exceptions can we make. So when you come into, when he said that they screen like 25 of them together, what they're required to do with me is we sit and we run that GPT together, and we identify where we're wrong and where that GPT may be wrong. That way I can go into the settings. If there's something that we need to change about how it's doing its ratings, I can get real granular about the specifics. So when I tell you we leverage Chat GPT when we're doing submissions, I have a submission builder because there's a certain way that I want every candidate presented.
Okay.
So I can, if you want to do that, I can show you.
I was definitely about to ask you, can you show me one of these days?
Hell yeah.
Great,
I'm gonna send you.
because
Yes.
I have Chat GPT. I pay for it, but I
Yes.
don't use it to my advantage, and that's the problem.
100%. We could do a whole session on how I leverage that thing. Actually, I don't want to say this. It makes me feel like humans are not what I need to be hiring.
I mean, if we could really hire a robot to do our stuff, I promise you, we probably would be okay. We probably
Or a human that can run the. I will not work with someone who won't leverage the AI tools. Like at one point, we even had, and shout out to Hey Milo. Hey Milo is an amazing AI based. They screen the candidates, but you do have those candidates that are like, that's a slap in my face. I want to talk to a human. It's not personalized. Why would you, as a software engineer, want me, a pharmacist, to be interviewing you and getting into your skill set that I do not know? That computer knows. That computer knows it, or that AI knows your function and can understand better than I ever could do you justice. So you should not see it as an insult, but there are people who do. So we took that away from Care Dynamics and got back to manual screenings. But ideally, I want to, especially if you're doing staffing at high volume, being able to screen people quickly.
Right.
That Hey Milo is amazing. If you actually, I'm gonna set you up. You need to do a demo with the owner. There are probably other ones out there, but I love Hey Milo, and I want to be able to justify the cost of using it. I was so disheartened because I did get rid of the service just because control. I wanted my people to have a human touch, and sometimes I do the screenings myself, but I really like that system a lot. I just didn't have the volume of it charges. It started out where you could do you're paying for how many you do. So for each interview that you pay like $8 for it. But
Okay,
it
that's
went
not
to,
bad.
but no, I guess based off of his stakeholders or whatever, they changed it to you have to pay a minimum of $500 a month and you get this many interviews. Well, we weren't. So I hate to say it, they lost my business with that because it's like I'm not meeting the minimum, but I will pay you for every
interview that I use it for.
it's called AI agents. I will pay you for every AI agent, and I will pay you for every interview that my AI agents do. But I'm sorry, we're not doing 500 a month. I don't for my business, I don't need to interview 500 people because the people that I'm gonna actually put in that thing and interview, they're gonna be amazing. So I'm not going to sit there. Hold on one second. Something's at the door. Good. I'm sorry. That's why I was gonna, because there's so much activity in the evenings here. But I was going to keep that service if I could just pay per interview. But they changed it to where they're making you sign up for plans. So if
Okay.
you're going to be doing a whole lot of interviews, I still think it's worth doing the demo for
Okay.
sure. So let me write that down. So if you have the Hey Milo agents, like there's technology integrated into everything that I do to the point where they don't even have to necessarily, I won't say put a whole lot of thought into screening the candidates. They got to find them. And even with the ones who are not attached to a role, just being able to evaluate the candidate for what we call MPC marketing, which is where we take a resume of a person that we just think is absolutely stellar. And we use that business development wise. This is how you can get more business on the staffing side. Take the staff that you have, make their resumes outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Take out the identifying information. And even when you're cold calling, attach an email. I do email outreach campaigns.
Oh my goodness, that is
Send them
smart.
send them the people that you have. Show them this is who we have. Y'all need them, and this is what you do. This is what you do. Let me tell you, because when it comes to BD, I have some tactics. Half the time, the person that you're sending, the resume you're sending, they're not available. They're your best person, so they working. But what you do is that gets you in the door to say, well, that person's already gone, but what you need? We have more like them.
Right. You know what?
So
I never thought of that.
take the best person you have and send them to everybody. Send them.
Let me break this down. Because I do a lot of emailing, and what I liked about Sourcewell with the demo today was that they show you we talked about all the touch points in regards to how to get the executive director or whoever to reach back out to you. But to add a resume, blocking out the person's name and stuff to as an attachment is really good.
That's your marketing piece. We're gonna do some sessions on that, because when I tell you, not to toot my own horn, when it comes to these BD tactics and stuff, I'm a beast at it. I just don't want to do it. But if I had to choose a function in my business where I would have to be the rainmaker, I would just be the BD person, because I can get on here and I could talk to anybody. So that we could do. Like I even have some things where for you, I'm gonna hit you with another one. When you do your reference checks, do you use that as an opportunity? Say you got a candidate and you're checking their references for where they used to work. So you're calling those places to verify that they work there. But in the interim, are you asking those places, are they who they got to?
Yeah.
Use every candidate.
Sure do.
Reference check method. That's a big one. So BD wise, I would even say that if I can get a list builder, like what Mr. Fisher was talking about, I don't have a problem with reaching out to the people on that list and getting BD myself, because BD is so nuanced that it would be hard to, I don't have my process in place. It'll be hard for me to teach somebody how I do that, because I do different things. I can just fill it out to know in my outreach campaign, we got a 7-step campaign, a 9-step campaign, a 1-step campaign. For my pharmacist BD, I have a campaign that goes out. I'll show you. I know how I approach BD depending on the candidate. Let's just pick. I made a job called pharmacy owner. I'm not hiring a pharmacy owner. this is going out to pharmacy owners.
Okay.
So the campaign, let's see here. Here, that's for the farm. Here we go. So what it does, this one is only 4 stages because I know how pharmacy people are. They don't want to be inundated. And
Okay.
only 2 of the stages is email. So the first thing it does, and this is for this recent one, I said, is your pharmacy staff ready for the summer? Because I know with my existing clients, every year they're going to India, they're going to Pakistan. So I'm asking my prospective client pharmacy owners, is your pharmacy ready for summer? And hi, caring dynamic pharmacy owner, blah, blah, blah. And I'm introducing myself and my company. Then from there, this goes out as soon as I find somebody's contact information. So I need the person to be out there finding the contacts. As soon as they're loaded, this starts automatic. Once they are put in the shortlist part of the pipeline, I'll show you that in a minute. This thing starts automatically with the prospects. Then it gives me the option and tells me a day later, hey, it gives me a task. Go send them an email message if you can find them. Then it sends them a follow-up email in 3 days. Then it tells me, hey, call them. But my cold caller can potentially do that.
I was about to ask you, do you call them? Because I know you said you don't like the cold call.
Honestly, I have with the pharmacy staffing, I do. But I wouldn't call it cold calling. I would call it warm calling because oftentimes the last pharmacy that I onboarded, it came from a pharmaceutical sales rep that goes to all of the different pharmacies. And she mentioned that pharmacy needed somebody. So she gave me his business card and his contact. Okay. So it's like an introduction thing. So I have a pretty good way to get into pharmacy owners because I'm a pharmacist. And I have experience in that realm. So I'm comfortable. I'll cold call and talk to pharmacists all day. Have I done this with any other BD? Never. So
that's where you're
yes, because I think that campaigns are pivotal. Remember, I mentioned before that I don't cold call because I don't like to be cold called, but I don't mind being cold email. So if you have a campaign that does a little bit of each, actually this one is capable of texting as well. I just don't have that in here because you have to have the contact information. Right. So part of what that list builder needs to be able to do, they're building a list of good contact information. Because if they're just loading your contact list up with, for example, professional emails, we want personal. You can contact somebody at their job, but they're gonna cuss you out. Then you have some people to be like, hey, here's my personal email. Don't email me at my job anymore though, because they don't want their job to know that they're entertaining other opportunities, especially in this economy. Right. So I can add a stage here. If it has their phone number, it can text them. So this is linked to not Grasshopper. We have a Grasshopper line, but this is I forgot what comes with this. No, this one isn't Ring Central. Can't think of the name of it. But it's all integrated. Like you used to get a certain amount of credits and it'll text the person. If I have a mobile number, I do that more so on the candidate side. So that's an option too. If you're trying to build the candidate pipeline for your staffing.
I have a great
text message blast.
Yes, okay. I love to text message. Actually, one was texting me just now, asking me about did I get her information. My thing is I do everything manual.
Okay.
So I'm trying to take my hands off of it because I be up hours sending sending out scheduled email. I had a platform that I used, but we don't use it anymore because they got sold to a whole nother company. So now it's like when I say I'm revamping everything, I'm revamping everything.
Okay. Because you can do it with Dripify. I used to use something called WeConnect, and it only does LinkedIn and email outreach, and it kept getting my LinkedIn dinged and me locked out of it because LinkedIn doesn't want you using these tools.
Okay.
So for some reason, We Connect is they can detect it. Dripify, they cannot. You can use Apollo. I have some Apollo campaigns. Like on the pharmacy owner side,
Hmm.
my issue with pharmacy, sometimes I don't have all the pharmacists that I need. Because when I tell you, that's where my pain point is just not having the pharmacist to go. I have a good enough rotation for where my locale is, but in order to branch out, I need a pipeline of pharmacists all
And
over.
that's where your recruiter and the other person come in.
And Z, are you still in the speaking circuit on the pharmacy side?
I am.
Because what I need on the pharmacy side is to find out how I can get maybe some sponsorship at these events so that Care Dynamics can be
A
marketed
sponsor for their
to the attendees to get pharmacists on like, because like RPH on the go in them, they have
yes.
ads running. I need to
Have you
build
thought
my
about getting
pipeline
your
of
ad?
pharmacists.
I was just about to ask you that as you were talking about pharmacists
Yeah.
being. I was because convention is coming up, and I'm speaking this year. It's here at the
Didn't even think
JW.
of that.
Yes,
I might
ma'am.
come.
And so they, I think they still looking because you can even vendor, Shawn.
Okay.
I want to help you with your, like the marketing, like business wise.
Yeah.
Because they have a
And
they
this is
have
for
a quarter
FPA.
for
FPA,
FPA.
right?
They have a
All right.
they have a quarter magazine. You can have you a ad in there. People are constantly looking in there. Um, so just some ideas that you're looking for pharmacists to be able to place somewhere. Shawn, think about the colleges. These pharmacists
Pharmacy
coming out of
schools.
school.
Correct. I want them all. I want them all. Because one
Yeah.
thing that I noticed is that the job boards that are specific to different realms of practice, they're very expensive just to post one ad. But
You
if I
are
can get, the girl, we were hiring for a physician requisition, and I tried to get on Doximity, which is a site that I'm on as a clinician. Oh my God. I think it was like, damn near $10,000 or something to girl. Now, this is the thing. When I get to, and this might not be the right thinking, when I get to seven figures, I wouldn't think twice about spending $10,000. But on the other side of that, it's like if you can spend $10,000 and make a $50,000 placement, but you can't, it's not guaranteed. So if I
right.
had
Mhm.
because Doximity, I did the demo with them. If you're looking for like high level practitioners, the doctors, the pharmacists, the nurse managers and things, they're on Doximity. Doximity is like our LinkedIn, our platform. It's dope. But you're gonna pay them to get in front of their patrons. So with all these, like with the pharmacy schools, I went to FAMU, so I could probably get into FAMU, but I want them all. Like I don't know why I'm not using I'm on staff at UF. Didn't
I was
think
just about to
about,
ask you because you got a connection with UF just like I do. In
I didn't
regards to,
I didn't even think.
I'm here to remind you of your resources, Shawn,
I
and to provide more resources that we ain't even thinking about tapping into. So
because
you have
okay, the
pharmacy
universities.
magazine, you have pharmacy tabs because you're not trying to just be in Florida. You're trying to be
I didn't
everywhere.
think of that.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I never paid attention to the ads to know that I needed to be one because I know I'm a writer for Pharmacy Times. I just never submitted anything. But okay, I have all these avenues for the pharmacist staffing. So I need get me a contact for it because I know Tiana is gone. She started her own thing, she said, right?
She did, but I have a contact. I have a new end with FBA because it
Because
had been a
Jackson
while.
is gone too,
Yeah,
right?
but
Yeah.
I know the new president coming in. He's right here local in Kissimmee.
Okay.
Let me connect. So
Yes,
be happy to connect.
most
Um,
definitely.
yes, and then I know the educational the person over education right now for FBA, because that's how I'm speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I asked, I said, hey, I spoke with they had a technician summit that I spoke virtually. I did 2 hours, and then I did so well. It was like, we would love you to come for convention. We'll be happy to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bianca, how do you go
absolutely.
about sourcing and filling your pipeline?
Normally, like filling them, I do run ads. And then from there, I call.
The candidates?
Huh?
The candidates? See, we gotta do it. We're gonna have to do
Bianca,
it.
we got to figure out a way how to alleviate you from doing that and get somebody else to do that.
But I want to know how. I want to break my I find that most of the time I'm afraid of things because I haven't done it. So the fear is irrational. It's not because it's not based in reality. I am not doing it. So if I knew what I was doing, I probably wouldn't be as afraid to do it. I might like it because one thing about me, this is why I stopped doing a lot of the screenings myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I would be on the phone with them candidates for an hour, 15 minutes, and I would never allow my recruiter to sit there. I love talking the engineering candidates. I just think they're so brilliant. So I just sit and I just have conversations. I know I'm not gonna place this person, but they're just so great that they might be an NPC. So my problem is I talk to everybody. That's why I can't talk to anybody because I'm willing to talk to everybody. I went and got a whole new cell phone because I needed to compartmentalize. Because if I'm sitting on this one, me and Bianca will talk all day. Me and Z will take. I will just be on this phone all day and not get out of the weeds.
Okay.
So that's one thing, but I do want to get better because Bianca, do you have sales background or something? Like what? How do you get comfortable?
So, I'm a talker, but I come from education background. So I used to be a teacher. I used to teach math, and
gosh.
then from there, I don't know. I always stayed in education because then I opened up a daycare. I'm just a personal person, and I just So I'm used to be talking in front of people all the time.
Yeah, I can't wait till you meet Nia. Nia, my friend, Nia is she's in ed tech, and she does she literally builds curriculums. Like she used to be a principal, so I can't tell you what it's what is it called? But basically, her job was to go around and sell these curriculums for Houghton Mifflin, like the textbooks and stuff. Sell the curriculums to the schools. And so I really see this is the thing. I want my friend to be my salesperson.
I was about to say she should be a really good salesperson.
Right? No, I want to be able to pay her like a great salary, and she don't want nothing. She just wants to do it. But I want to be able, this is my goal. And she's not on the call with us, but my goal is to get the funding. I'm working on that now to be able to have no limits on my hiring. Meaning the reason why we go offshore, let's keep it real, is because it's cheap.
It's cheaper. Right.
I want to get to the level where I'm hiring people in the United States and paying them what they're really worth. And I cannot say that I can pay my friend who is brilliant. I can't pay her. The girl's making like 150 grand. I can't pay her 150 grand right now. I'm not paying myself 150 grand right now. We're making it.
We're making it.
But
that's
I'm not
paying
on
that end.
When I did my taxes, I put on there that I make a $70,000 salary because the accountant was like, I have to show that I'm making a wage because if I'm trying to buy real estate. I'm trying to do, and then I just ordered a damn Tesla today. So I need to be able to show that I make some money. I've only been showing that the business is making money.
Right.
So this will be my last year, 2024 will be my first year like taking an adult salary for Care Dynamics since 2013. Haven't done it.
You know what? I told myself that I'm gonna get a check.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna write how much I want, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna put a date, and when it
Watch
like
this.
here, and then
Watch
I'm
this.
gonna just look at it, and then when that time comes, we're gonna be able to cash it out.
Watch this. So I did my $1 million check. I gave myself, I don't even remember when I wrote this. I gave myself until June 1st, 2028 for Care Dynamics. Actually, I wrote a $1 billion check. So this is a $1 billion check. My $1 million check expired.
That's all right.
But I gave myself until November 9th of 2024 to do $1 million in billings. Now, this is the thing about that. Did I meet the $1 million in billings? No. But last year, no, 2023 was the highest billing year. So 2023, we hit 341. Last year, we fell back down to 228. So I know I did not hit, but listen, I did not hit my $1 million, but I made more.
But you made
The
more
business
Still
made
climbing.
more than I
Still
ever
going.
made as a pharmacist. Than
Yeah.
I ever made as a pharmacist. So that's why I'm just like, I gotta do this.
You want to
I
know
gotta do
what's so crazy is 2024 was my slowest year that I ever had, even starting off.
I heard that from
2023
many.
2023 was my biggest year. Where I made close to $500,000. I don't know the exact number, but I know it was close to 500. I was about maybe $20,000 around there, short of the $500,000. And
Congratulations.
I did that by myself.
Okay, so this is important. I had a mentor, have a mentor. He honestly says that you should not worry about hiring. And this is on the recruitment side. I don't know how that looks in staffing. He was just like, you shouldn't worry about hiring to your own desk. You're billing $500,000. So you're where you need to be to hire. I'm wondering if I just need to work harder.
My 2024 year, I did half of that.
You think it's because of the market, or what do you think changed?
I will say 2024 for me was a little different. I wasn't as focused. I do know that for sure. But I also noticed that a lot of nursing homes are starting to do internal pooling, internal PRNs. They still need us, of course. The hours are there. I just feel as though I should have brought in more people.
I got
It's
you.
fine.
I got you. Because one thing about it, the systems and things that we reached multi six figures with ain't gonna get us to 7.
No,
So
it's
so
not.
yeah. And honestly, this year I will be happy hitting $500,000 or close to it. I would be happy. Not saying that it's because it's for me. This 2025 for me has been the slowest. And no, I take that back. It hasn't been the slowest. It's been a lot of rejections.
Okay.
People will say they're hiring, but they'll run through so many candidates. So what I'm getting good at evaluating is how urgent is the role to the hiring manager. Because what I'm not going to be doing is sending you people.
And you keep rejecting them.
You're not, and I'm not doing that. So what I will ask,
your time and the candidate's time as well.
And they will waste your time. And let me tell you what else you have to go back and do that I learned. There was a guy, Jim, that I placed in a CNC machinist role for a company out in Kentucky, I think it was. I didn't never know he got hired. He kind of ghosted me. What you have to do is check on their social media. The same way you found them, go check it periodically to see if you lost any money from people, from your people being poached, or from your people being dishonest and going directly to the company. Some companies are very good about being honest and saying, hey, one of your people reached out to me. Others are not. And did I ever get paid for that? No, I did not. To this day, like it wasn't a high enough reimbursement to go after them for, because by the time you retain an attorney, like,
come on.
but that's So it's things like that that are also streamlining my processes. Like part of the reason why I am going back to get my legal education is because I don't plan to practice law, but I want to be a good business law person. I want to be on top of my contracts, and I want to know exactly what recourse do I have to go after people if need be, or even if I get came after without having to go pay a lawyer so much money, which I still will, because it's not always good or not good to represent yourself, but I still need to know what the lawyers know about this business law, because that's a whole other beast, like to the point where I'm even restructuring my business. I don't want LLCs anymore. LLCs do not provide you with any sort of separation between you and that business if it's only one person. I want a corporation. All corporations. Had I known that years ago, probably would have never had LLCs. Corporations forever going forward. So it's little things like that in the setting up of a business that I got to get tight on. Another thing with hiring, Mr. Fisher, I never thought about offering, even in the Philippines, the benefits. What I do is for them, I give them little incentives like
Right.
stipends. And we have something called Class Pass, because one of my girls expressed that she admires that I go work out like in the middle of the day. Hey, I got to pull out. And she's like, I want my life to be like that. And I was like, it can. Like, what's y'all gym situation looking like? Because if you're doing a good job, I will reimburse you for that. And because I think wellness is important,
It is.
you know, for them. So I want them to be able to enjoy the same things that I enjoy as an individual. I want them to be able to, I don't want anybody slaving for me at all. I want them to be able to say Care Dynamics is an amazing amazing culture, amazing place to work.
Right.
So just to kind of wrap up, because we gotta
come back.
we gotta continue this. This is good. This is good because what it's done for me is made me rethink what I put on this Asana board. Like I got it down to even when it comes to setting the budget. I mean, I said I was going to show you what it gave me as far as research. So it gave me a breakdown, and I'm gonna see if I can add you guys to this or share this project with y'all so we can all look at it. So this is the research that it gave me, and this is just what I said when it comes to the Mexico operations person. Nearshore manager 2.5. I was just assessing where it came in at as far as the operations, like where are we? Are we able to be within these ranges? Why or why not? And what would be good ranges? So this is the salary research. So this is what I came up with as far as the actual numbers, my budget. Okay, so I said, this is what my actual budget would be. So for the operations manager, surprisingly, Mexico, I guess because it's nearer shore, was more expensive than South Africa. Now, if I was to hire a person from South Africa that's obviously in the States, of course it would be more. But I was surprised to find out that Mexico actually, in some cases,
was more.
The role was more. I was actually surprised by that. And then, of course, the Philippines comes in lower. So what I was going to do is, depending on the people, and we didn't get to this, hold on, is based on experience, determine where within the range I would go for the person. Because I mean, if I can avoid paying the higher range, how did I get signed out of all this is what I want to know. Let's see. Do this thing. Okay, so I'll tell you how this goes. I have 3 different emails for Care Dynamics. I have Shawn at caredynamicsfl.com for things that are supposed to come to me. I have the recruiter email, and then I have the info email. The reason why I did that instead of having one info at such and such and such is because I'll get buried down in my email, and it's some stuff that I don't care to be bothered with during the day. So they have access to the recruiter at Care Dynamics FL and info. And then Shawn at Care Dynamics FL is only me. They don't have the password to this. This used to be a different email. Actually, it used to be hello at Care Dynamics FL. So that's why I didn't have the password. So when I posted the job on onlinejobs.ph, Zipporah, this is the site that you can use to hire someone in the Philippines to do anything, not just recruiting. It doesn't matter what you're trying to hire for. There is somebody in the Philippines that can do it. As a matter of fact, give me a role that which you would be hiring for in your agency.
Bianca or me?
You.
Oh, customer service representative.
All right, so you can put in CSR or customer service. You can search by skill as well, not necessarily a name, but I'm just gonna put in customer service rep. And you have 24,251 job seekers that you could potentially source through. You can change all this information down, but let's take Nina. It tells you what she's looking for. She's looking for full-time work and her rate is $6 per hour. It'll give you her profile description, what her skills are, everything, so that you can pin her if you like her. You can contact her. They also offer background checks. I'm going to be totally honest. I have never done a background check on any of them. I look at it, but if it's somebody, I put it this way, I've never seen there be an issue with anybody's background on here. Like, I don't know how their justice system works, but you're unlikely to find somebody on here in the Philippines that will qualify to be a felon, for example, in the United States or whatever. So you can hire, they go as low as, I've seen them $3 or something.
I seen $2.50 for like
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty low.
And let me tell you, sometimes you get what you pay for. Sometimes like she's $5, $5.68, $6, $5.68, $4. I've hired people at the minimum $4 for like little admin roles. To be honest, when I first got started, my recruiters were $4 an hour. But guess what? I got what I paid for. When you hiring somebody at $4 and $5 an hour, you're going to have to hold their hand. And actually, the one that I caught still in time, because the cool thing is we have this thing called time proof on here. Once you mark them as hired, you can activate time proof, and it shows you screenshots every few minutes of their screen. And they'll sometimes tell a story and say, hey, I'm working on multiple screens. That's because I asked her, like, why has your screen been showing that you're on the same screen since 9 a.m.? And she's like, oh, I was working on multiple screens. But then I continued to watch, and she finally admitted that she was traveling or something. So she got let go.
Wow.
But I say all of that to say, when I post the job, I've posted here for 15 roles. So I've been posting on here since 2023. The ones that I have active now are the ones that I showed you. So right here, the ones that say active, these are all the hits that I got. So y'all pick one so we can just look at it. Give me one to look at out of these 5.
Let's do the sourcer.
All right. So for the sourcer, I said I would pay this person between $600 and $900 per month, 40 hours a week. One thing that I know about these individuals, they're not good freelancers, meaning you're not going to tell them, I'm going to pay you $4 an hour, and then you vary their hours and you say, okay, this week you're going to work no hours, and next week they need consistency. So if I say I'm going to give you 40 hours, then you're going to have 40 hours of work to do, and you can rely on getting, I pay every Friday. Now, how they get paid in the Philippines, especially on this site recommends that you pay monthly or bi-weekly. Just for me, my temp people, my pharmacists get paid every week. So I keep everybody on a weekly schedule just because that's what I'm used to. But you can pay them monthly as well. I think I've done it that way once and I just didn't like it. But this is the job overview. I get this from ChatGPT, where I have a job advert writer. I took a copywriting for recruiters class, which taught me how to really, really write a good sales copy type ad. Because one thing that I hate is when people take the job description that the client gives them, copy and paste it, and throw it on a job board. No, I make it really concise and something that's readable. And I do this for every role, the roles that we're sourcing for and our internal roles. But here's what's important about my ads. I think Mr. Fisher mentioned this and I changed mine. Yeah, I do this anyway, but I took out what I had and I made it fit exactly what he said, which is if they read to the bottom and paid attention, it says, if this role sounds like your cup of tea, send an email. This one's going to come directly to me telling us you're the right fit. For extra credit, include an extra interesting fact about yourself, bonus points for using a creative subject line. Now, let me tell you what's funny about that. Some of them didn't pay any attention, so I'm getting emails to the other email address. So that's not going to be looked at because you didn't follow directions. But a lot of these guys are using, you could tell they're using ChatGPT too. So what they did is took my JD, my job description, and put it in ChatGPT and said, hey, respond to this job or whatever. So I can tell which ones did that. Like this one looks genuine. I am your next operations manager. It's not catchy, but you don't need ChatGPT to write that. Whereas this one,
I would say exactly.
this one, ChatGPT wrote it.
Sure.
So, so that's the funny part about being somebody that really, really likes AI is you can recognize when other people like it too. Like this is the main giveaway right here.
Yep.
That long, it's a name. I knew the name of it, but this long thing here, ChatGPT wrote it because who is writing out a whole hyphen? It's another word for it I can't think of. So from yesterday when I posted those, let's see. I've been getting them steady. Let's see where it starts. Yeah, it's been since. Yeah.
They're coming in.
Oh yeah. So this is how fast they come in. So we said we were going to look at one for, and that's coming into the email, but you can go directly into the role. Actually, that's what I meant to email them about. What they don't have is like when you click on it, it doesn't show you the people that applied specifically to that role like it would in an applicant tracking system when you click on the job. Like you really gotta, if you have 5 jobs, you gotta sift through them as they come. So like in order. So it's a matter of whether or not it looks, and this AI Analyze is new. I've never used that before. So let me see if I can find one from here. That's the headhunter. That's my card. It's coming. Let's see. Operations, cold caller. Didn't get a lot of sourcers, looks like. But then it looked like we did. Here, okay. Remote, reliable, and ready to source. I like that.
Catchy,
It's definitely still wrote by ChatGPT because
Mhm.
this highlight here.
Yep.
But let's check them out. All right, so this is their resume. I love these styles of resume when it's formatted like this. You'll see this a lot with your more professional roles here in the States. Some resumes, especially in the Philippines, they like to put their pictures on it. Like it just looks real. I don't like it. I'll show you some. But this, I like this style. Here she's an HR professional, which we said we wanted. So she has the human resources. One thing that you can do, because I format resumes, you can take a job description and make it format a resume to the job. So you want to be looking for that. Let's download it. I could run this through ChatGPT, but these, when I'm doing the hiring, I screen them manually. But I could treat this like any role that I'm sourcing for and run it through ChatGPT. So her current role, I would have to ask her, what is making you want to leave Talent Pop? Because y'all correct me, let me know how you feel about hiring somebody that already has another job and they're planning sometimes to keep that job and work with you.
Me personally, I need you to be dedicated to me only.
All right, same. So I need to know from her, what are you doing at Talent Pop and why you want to leave Talent Pop? And what I also look at, this helps me sometimes, is if they're working for other agencies, I like to just see what that other agency is working with. Okay, so this isn't a recruitment. This is e-commerce. Okay. So what I like to look for is how does what they're currently doing, if at all, translate into what we do? What I learned from Mr. Fisher, though, is that you don't necessarily have to have somebody that's recruitment based because you want somebody to come in more green so that you can train them. But I don't know if that's appropriate for me. I think I want somebody with recruitment, like here, People Plus Australia, recruitment consultant. But when they say that they are recruitment consultants or recruiters at companies, sometimes they're on the HR side, meaning that they're the recruitment person bringing people into this company, not bringing people to put in other companies. There's a big difference, I find. So People Plus Australia.
Mastermind. He said he's supposed to be with me this week. He said, but I ain't driving no aftermath.
Okay. She would be okay. So she would be probably well versed in high volume. You see, it's labor hire. So this would be good for some of the roles that we get, like the JTA, like some of the local stuff. But I always look at the company that they're looking for to see, what volume are they comfortable handling, because they will embellish. And then she's done, at the not the IRS, hiring in the Philippines. A lot of companies here do it though. That's interesting. So just looking at this, what would you rate her? Yeah, like would you rate her a conversation? Let me pin her.
Yeah, I think you could definitely have a conversation with her.
Okay.
Although she doesn't have, for me, she doesn't have healthcare, but you don't for healthcare. You hire her in multiple industries. So you never know what she could bring to you.
Because this is the thing. Remember, she's for sourcing.
Yep.
So I would like to know more so what her strategies are as far as obtaining candidates. Like, where are you looking? Because this is another thing that's important as a smaller agency. If you have someone that's a lot reliant upon using all the more expensive tools at a larger agency, like I don't have LinkedIn recruiter seats right now. I will get you Sales Navigator for BD and I'll get you Recruiter Lite. but we use tools like Pen or chat box where we don't need recruiter the seat. But if
Right.
they're used to using the most expensive tools, that might not translate to my smaller agency. So I like to ask them, what tools were you? They'll tell you what software they're proficient in. But right now, I don't see that she's able to use some of the tools that we use to source, running
then
email campaigns and things of that nature.
then the question is, I know you were saying are you willing to teach her, even that she has the software, but are you willing
Good
to
question.
spend maybe 2 weeks to teach her so she can be an addition to your
Yeah.
your company?
I would be willing to teach the operations person. I would not, let me see how to put this. There are some roles that I want to sit and go over ad nauseum and teach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that the sourcing is one of them. I want, but then we did say we were going to combine the roles because they do need to know my style.
Yep.
But the bare bones of sourcing, I really need them to have some knowledge of it. So I would train the operations manager because that person is more so going to be looking through my lens.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to know how to rate them. But I don't want to start at ground zero training a recruiter. Because I know the guy, he was like, well, they don't have to have been a recruiter. For me, they need to have been really, because if she's sourcing internally is different than sourcing externally. So she does say across multiple countries, but does that
And
mean
she
bringing
does
them into
say
Talent Pop?
she conducted thorough candidate sourcing through various channels, job
Mm-hmm.
board. So just because it's not on the resume does not mean that she didn't do it.
Very true. But keep in mind for this one, People Plus, that was like a labor industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to see that she's sourced, because the job boards that you would use for this
It's
would
not.
be different than the job. Because, for example, for the industrial roles, for the machinist role, for example, you can throw that on Indeed and get some hits.
Mm-hmm.
You're not likely to find a machinist on LinkedIn. So even though, like, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna check all the boxes. They know how to make amazing resumes.
Yes, they do.
But let me tell you, the main question I've learned to ask is, okay, out of all this knowledge that you have, and I'm gonna set it up where y'all can be on some of these interviews with me. Okay, well, what was your volume? How many actual placements did you make? How many candidates were you actually able to deliver? And what I'm gonna start doing, I'm gonna start checking references. I've never checked the references of my internal hires. If they say they worked somewhere, I believe them. And if they say they did something, they did it. But I'm going to tell you why that's a lie. When I got rid of people, I went on their LinkedIn to look, and they said they worked for me for 5 years. I haven't even been doing this for 5. Girl,
Wow.
I can show you. Let me show you one. If I could find it.
Not they worked for you for 5 years. Oh wow.
I had a company reach out to me because they were smart. They did a reference check and they called me about one of my people. Not only did I not know she was even looking, but the things he was telling me, mind you, she was hired as like a more virtual admin, requisition support. She went over there and told those people she was a recruiter. And I'm going to tell you why she did it. I train people so thoroughly that it gives them the ability to list certain things on their resumes that they haven't mastered yet or haven't even done for me yet. They've been trained to do it and they haven't even successfully done it for me yet, but they will put it on their resume and go act like this is what they did in my company. So I have had a few of them who have said they've worked for me longer than they've had, and they've done things in my company that they did not do. They did not do. And what you do, I've even had people, I'm going to show you in here, when they know they're getting fired, they'll rush back in here and put that they quit. No one has ever quit my company. I had asked one girl, why do you keep on, I don't know that they know that we can see it. Why do you keep on saying that you want to work for Care Dynamics again, but you have on your profile that you quit my company. Let me see if I can find all the ones. How do I do that? These are the ones that I pinned. Account. And time proof. I think time proof is only going to show you the people. Yeah, this is what they download. How do I see all the people that I hired?
Little Tina went back home. I said, I'm glad. I was telling Tina. I told her don't come down here. Where you live at?
And on here, you don't have to always engage them here. If you hire them off here, you hire them off here. But the ones that I've hired here, let's just do.
Oh, you don't know where.
Actually, I think this is the one. On there.
3 hours later.
I want to know where my stuff is.
You got how much money you got from all things. But I took him, then he brought him a car, I know. It's all been all the way back.
When I find it, I'll show you guys, because there's a way that you can see all your old hires. I have all my messages.
They ain't supposed to do that, not supposed to have insurance and all that stuff. I told him yesterday, I don't know how they sold them a car with no line. And no insurance. They just want that money. You got it on the road.
That's really, really strange. But it'll show you everything. Like if they're actually engaged working for you through here, they'll be right here. But I've hired her. But these are pins. That means I looked at their resume. So I've pinned a whole bunch of people. But all the people that I have ever hired have been in here. And I'm not understanding why it's not still there to show all the hires. And next to it, it'll say, you know, why it ended. So I'm going to find that and show you, but you have to be on top of it. That's not to say there's anything wrong with this site. This site is amazing. And there are amazing people on here, but there are a lot of people on here. So you really have to sift through it. You saw exactly how many people. I have 5 applicants, 21, 12. So I really have to go through them. What I want to do now, questions. Let's make sure. Any questions?
Not
From anybody about anything? Okay. So when are we gonna keep it at Wednesdays? For like, is everybody cool with let me go back out of here so I can see y'all. Is everybody cool with the timing? Any changes need to be made? And what do you guys propose the next meeting? We're gonna continue this, but what do you propose we meet about next?
So I'm okay with the Wednesdays at 4. Perfect time, and I feel like the day is ending, and we can just just reflect on our businesses. I think that maybe we can talk about maybe just a hiring strategy.
Okay. And this is what I want to do too. Because I put together the agenda, I can put together the agendas or whatever, but if you have you can lead the next meeting and all that. Like if you have a strategy you want to go over, by all means, I'm open to y'all taking over.
Okay.
And people that come in. So if you already have like a idea for what you want on the agenda, I'm cool with you making it, or you send it to me, I can make it. I'm open to all of that. Honestly, we're masterminding. We don't have to have an agenda every time. We can meet up, because what I want is how Mr. Fisher said it is. We meet weekly, and really the weekly meetings are us just to talk about what's on our plate right now. Like it's hump day. So how has your week been going? We had an objective this time, but just be able to talk about, man, what did you see this week? what's going on. And then our monthly meetings be a little bit longer, like maybe 3-4 hours, and get real deep and granular. So I'm flexible. Anything y'all think? I like this. Okay. So hiring strategy is going to be next meeting. Z, any feedback?
Feedback, great meeting. I enjoyed listening, learning the other side of operations when it comes to staffing and recruitment. I would like to, we can even discuss the onboarding process. When you get ready to get those recruits, what if you have like, because this is my thought, even because I've been on the hiring side at a company. What if for your company you have when they onboard and you know that they're going to the business, before they go to the business, maybe like a buffer where they have to either sit through a class of yours so that they can be, the optimal candidate once they get to the other side. Maybe there could be a conversation of maybe either a module, or they have to attend a live session with just you or myself. I don't mind building my skills when it comes to because remember, I want to be a liaison between the employer and the employee. Some type of customer service training before they get ready to go into the job, whatever industry that is, so that your name, your company name, and that's you too, Bianca, that that you're able to, that the person who's receiving these candidates know, what, what's the name of your company again, Bianca?
Unlimited Staffing Agency.
Unlimited. I know it started with a U. Thank you. Unlimited Staffing and Care Dynamics. Man, they really bring us some really great candidates, and they can, continue building rapport with you guys. So some type of onboarding where it's in order for them to, or maybe before they even go to the job, they have some type of module they have to complete with your company. So if they showed up on time, they're serious before they even get to the other end. Because sometimes, like you said, Shawn, the person didn't even show up. But if you had that requirement before you even go to the job interview, or before you even go, you got to meet with me at a certain, pick your time. Here's the time slot, and then you get to see how they act, how they did they show up on time, were they professional, and you can kind of weigh it before the final send off, and even that can be the role of the recruitment before they go out. Okay, they have to sit with us for an hour so we can see that they're ready.
I have that on the pharmacist side, because for the sites that I have, they need to be familiar with the particular system. You heard of RX Prime or Prime RX? So I have a module for that. But for the recruiters, they have a whole, this is the Care Dynamics way, master recruitment from start to finish. So when I say I won't sit and teach somebody recruiting, I kind of don't have to, because I created a whole Think If It course for them to run a full desk my way, right? Even down to, I have it day to day, and I keep on going over the missions. But during the day, if you're just stuck on what should I be doing, there are several different checklists and things just to be looking at. Well, I can't be bored. We have plenty of things to do. So what can I be working on? And then it quizzes them. I'm gonna see if I can add you guys to this somehow. Put your emails. I got so much stuff to add you to, because that's the thing. When it comes to trainings and stuff like that, I got it. I just need some. I'm not gonna. I've sat with the last two girls, had them go through these trainings, sat on trainings with them. They trained, each of them. Everybody gets 2 weeks training coming on with me. And that's not just sitting here doing a module. This module will take them about a day and a half, 2 days. But actually working, they get paid training for about 2 weeks before they can go and touch anything.
Good.
Have you like, how can I put it? Sometimes I feel like people are so overtrained that they get lazy. Like
Mm.
how can I babysat, because everybody's told me you're so thorough. I've never gotten this anywhere else. And I was confused, like, so nobody trains people. But my problem is nobody trains y'all, but you go over there and perform better for them. I
Yes.
overtrain you and you.
And to be quite honest, I'm just here. I really honestly believe it is because we're African American women.
And Bianca, because why don't you think? Because why don't you think I got my shit together, honey? Let me tell you, my company is set up more. It's I model myself after the Fortune 500 companies that I have worked for. Why don't you think? I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why they would think that, but it's so irritating because I had a mentor one time and I was talking and I hate to sound like this, but I'm like, it's not me. It's not my systems. But the person on the other end is going to say, well, if it's not you and not your systems, why aren't these people working out? They're the wrong people. That's my answer, because I can honestly tell you guys that I've been working on this business for 2 years, and my job as the CEO is be visionary and sit and work on my processes and work on them. I'm the type of person, for everything that I do on a task, I write it down. I had a software that it will collect everything that you're doing. Like, it'll sit there and it's inside of your computer and it'll track everything that you did. Baby, our Slack channel before I moved out of Slack, because you have to pay per person, is so.
Really, I was just I had signed up for Slack right before I let my virtual assistants and stuff go. So
Yeah, it's good. It's great. But if you have people, I remember people were complaining about companies were firing them and kicking them out of the Slack group. You know why? Because they have to pay for every person that's in there. So if you don't work there anymore,
you gotta go.
deny your Slack. Get out of my Slack, because that's one more subscription that I'm paying for.
Mm-hmm.
But when they get onboarded, aside from the training, because this one is not active right now, but I want to show you how detailed it is. So I have one for each business model. This is actually Hey Milo and them. I'm in their Slack group too. Actually, I can reach out to them for you. But if they're coming in here, let's see, Care Dynamics Offshore. This thing goes back pretty far. There should be one that says start, welcome here. So the very first channel that they're going to come to is literally when they come aboard, team structure, everything, but the entire workflow is kind of summarized here with them able to click. There's no excuses. So I am going to find, and all in here is the different, it goes back out to the Google Drive with the different processes. Our applicant tracking system, Loxo, they have videos. So anything that I think is any resource that's good, they have it. We have a book called Full Stack Recruiter. I give them access to my Amazon Kindle, so that if I assign reading materials from books, they don't have to go buy the books. We have our own little Care Dynamics library. So when I tell you I got everything ready for somebody to hit the ground running, it's the people. Gotta find the right people. And I will admit, go ahead.
I would say we really do, especially because we already are at 6 figures, and if it seems like we're just stagnant at the 6 figures.
Because we can't replace ourselves. Because everything that I just showed you, that's what I work I used to work a full desk. So I can scrap. Honestly, I think about it sometimes. I can scrap all this and run rogue freelance and not be as aggravated. I can just jump on Redflix or one of the little marketplaces and make some placements and make this a real lifestyle business. And sometimes I consider it like, do I really want to build a firm, or do I just want to be able to drive my Tesla and go to the beach and pay for that, and that's enough for me to just freelance this thing? That might be my future.
No, well, we're here for longevity, like, so.
Yeah.
Of course, sometimes like I can just go work for, go do my own little thing. but we're trying to build for ourselves, our families, and we have to get out there. And I think about it in regards to like other big staffing agencies that's like, have apps and stuff. I'm like, that can be me.
Yes.
And I want to sit in a room with somebody that's on their board or a director or started up and ask them like, how can I get there? I'm going to find the right people.
And you know what, Bianca? Just sitting here, I often wonder why you have an agency, I have an agency. And I think it's because our agencies are our babies. But why couldn't we be partners? Like, that's why I'm just like, maybe I need, because I've never had a business partner that does the same things, has the same knowledge as me. I've had business partners that are more like investors, or they're good at what they're good at. But I've never had like business partners. Like one of the things I was watching, the guy, I'll have to send it to you. He had an investor. Stuff like that I don't have. And it seems like you don't have. So it's like, well, why can't we just run the same firm? And I get it. Like, we're both CEOs, big personalities. But how can we run our agencies even separately, but work as a team?
Right.
Like, beyond this, beyond just like exchanging ideas, like, you know what I mean? Like, how do we partner together to both meet our own objectives? Because I like what you said when it's longevity. My goal is to build Care Dynamics to the point where it's sellable.
That's what I said.
I get emails all the time of people claiming they want to come buy us.
Buy your stuff. Yeah, me too.
It's nothing to buy right now because the Care Dynamics is me.
We're still building.
There's no, but I want to get beyond that. I want those processes that you saw. They're so simple that my 10-year-old can come in there and just read and do it.
I said that also. I had told my daughter, I have twin daughters and a youngest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, y'all can run this for real.
Right.
We can. But
Right.
the fees that I have, you could sit here. I'm just mad that y'all voices sound like babies. Because I would have my kids.
Yep. My daughter, she was thinking about it because she gets frustrated at her job. And this is another thing that I went through, is being when my daughter was younger, I had this vision for where I would be, to the point where she would never have to. The fact that my daughter works a job bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
It does, because that's not what was in the plan. The plan was for her to be an entrepreneur, but not everybody is entrepreneurial.
Yep.
And for her she could do this. Like when we did the Spectrum Staffing Initiative, my baby, she set up the WhatsApp. She set up a lot for me. Like, she helped me build the whole outline for that. So she's interested in doing it, but she's not dedicated, because I come from people who they're used to clocking in, and they can clock how much they're going to make by how many hours they work. So I can't. Yeah, my thing is, I'm gonna treat you like an employee that, and you need to be making placements. So I don't know that she has that, but she's trainable and able to do it.
But you can train her.
Yeah. So that's definitely, because she's grown now, she's 21, but the tax breaks that you get, your daughters need to be in, are they in the big, because you get the tax breaks for having them. My son got to be in here printing or doing something.
Listen, I said we be having meeting agendas and everything.
Yes.
I just feel like this was a necessary meeting for us to have, because it shows that we can do it. It really can. And if we can bring it to 6 figures, we can definitely do it to 7. It might 100%. It might take a year or two.
Yes.
It is definitely doable.
And this is the first meeting, so we're going to get more streamlined, as far as, because we knew what we wanted to talk about, and we didn't get into all that, but this is us getting acclimated. So we're going to get real tactical and real deep we're getting into it. And right now we're meeting weekly, but as y'all both see, like, my phone, the phone that I use for the business, my son has it somewhere playing a game. So if you were to text me on it, it's not in front of me. I use it when I need to make a candidate call or something. But that Instagram Messenger, y'all can reach me there any day, all day. what I want to create, Slack, it's going to cost too much to keep adding people to it. We could do a WhatsApp channel. I had a WhatsApp.
WhatsApp or Telegram.
I never did Telegram. So let me know what channel works best for y'all, and we'll have a channel.
Both of them. I have both of them on my phone. So
okay, I'm gonna open back up my WhatsApp.
I have a WhatsApp thing on my phone.
Yeah, I gotta. Cause we had our Spectrum Staffing Initiative group, and all that is in there. And like I said, I'm thinking about inviting. The problem is that group is a mixture of people that are just starting and never kind of got off the ground. So they look at. I don't want anybody that looks at me as a mentor. I want people that look at me like, Bianca, I look at you like we're actually, shoot, you my mentor because you're making more, you know what I mean? I want some real, I don't want to be the coach in the none of that. And I don't feel like that in this group. So my problem with, there are some people that are established where I am or better. And then there are some that's not, and I would feel bad not inviting them. But if I invite them, it's going to be things that were discussed even today. We didn't even go that deep, but there will be things where it's like, wait, explain that. And I don't want to do that. I'm tired. That's partly why I haven't gone higher, because I've been helping people start. I've helped so many people start agencies. But I don't regret it.
You got to start doing like consultations. Decide who you want to put into your space.
You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm getting clear.
And I'm sorry, this is the requirement. And once you get to this point, you could come join us. And it's not like
absolutely,
because we all started from nothing.
Correct.
But once you get there, you could come join us.
Correct. You're right.
And they'll have something to aspire to. It's something to aspire to.
And like I told you both, if you guys have anyone who just can add something to the group, not come to soak up everything we said and go, somebody that could just add to us. And I'm all for adding to them as well, but anybody's welcome. So not anybody in the sense of anybody, but you know what I mean? Like I'm real personable. I can learn from anyone if they not on no BS, because a lot of people are grifters too. Like for something like this, people will be trying to charge, and I'm not doing that. I'm not here to make money off of y'all. I'm here to make money out of my business. Right. That's why I used to do consulting and coaching and all that stuff. And then I realized this is not where I want to make. I can make a lot of money just sitting here talking to people through getting to the 6-figure mark.
You sure can.
That drains me
to do it, but I said no.
Let me tell you.
I don't have the energy to keep repeating myself.
Not last year, 2023, I had a whole coaching program. When I tell you it was from 5,600 up to like 7 and something thousand to work with me. And I mean, I was getting in there, helping them get websites together, because I'm going to post this on YouTube. So I don't want to, some of those people may still be watching, and I mean no harm to them, but there was a couple of folks that came in. They knew how much they paid me compared to what they were asking. I swear to God, y'all, I had a lady name her company Care Dynamics. She changed like something about it. My company is Care Dynamics. And I said, look, I'm not teaching you to be me. I'm teaching you to be you in your way. She named hers something, Legacy Care Dynamics. So it had Care Dynamics in it, clear as day. I'm aware that there are other companies around the country, like maybe 2, that are also called Care Dynamics, but they don't do this. This is me.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I thought about trademarking. I couldn't. No, I didn't. It's been Care Dynamics. Because one thing I have on my side is use in commerce. Use in commerce means that if you can prove that you've been using a certain brand in commerce before others, it's established. And if it ends up in court, then you have ground there.
Okay.
Nobody's coming in the staffing and recruitment saying that they're Care Dynamics. That's the goddamn lie. But my thing is, if I'm teaching you, I mean, she would
self-sabotage herself.
Just be texting me all the time, and I'm like that with you guys. But everybody else, I'm not. I had to tell one girl that I was teaching, I'm not your friend, because I remember what it was. I'm so personable. We had a meeting, and she was like, "Oh, girl, the Beyonce concert, she lives in Dallas or something. Girl, this was in 2023. I never forget. No, this was 2022. I would say her name because she pissed me off so bad. And not because she did anything, but because I was so disappointed. Like I was literally feeding her leads. And this was back when I was just kind of getting started myself, but I had a good hang of it. So I was literally letting her work on my open requisitions. And that girl said to me, "Oh, we're gonna have to do this another time because I'm going to the Beyonce concert this weekend."
Mm.
I told her Beyonce's business is established.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to get to where I am, and I'm nowhere near Beyonce. Like it's stuff like that where people start to make you feel like you coming to me for help. I don't work for you. So that got to be, you become responsible for other people's success. And if they're not successful, they start to blame you for why they're not successful because they don't want to do the work. They just want your results. They see you out there posting whatever you posting and talking about whatever you're talking about, and they just want to be Bianca's agency. They don't want to build their own. They just want to take people like to copy you
All the time.
what they see. But the work, if they knew how much work we do to not get paid, I won't say we make minimum wage, but for the amount of work that we do to make the six figures that we make, if we were getting paid for the time exchange, we should be millionaires,
We
multi,
should.
but we're not. People don't want to put in that work. I don't know if it was Leila Hormozy or the young lady that works with Grant Cardone. I cannot think of her name, but she was like, you have to be comfortable, and this reaffirmed for me, with your business not making anything for 2 to 3 years.
Yep, you really do.
This idea that we need to be 7 figures in 2025, we made that up. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean that our businesses are not successful if we don't hit 7 figures this year. I just feel like I should be there because I got my shit is together. But we're gonna get the pieces that are not in order. And I think the key piece for me is people. So, but y'all, we don't went. I know you got to get your hair braided. We don't went 3 hours.
Oh yeah, I done text her. I was like, girl, I'm gonna be late.
No, don't do that no more.
Oh,
Don't
I
do
told
that.
her, I said, it may get done tomorrow because I'm late. I'm ready to go I go to bed by like 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Same. It's just that this is so refreshing. I could sit here probably 3 more hours. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Like it's been like a vent session because it's hard to have these conversations with people that don't even know what you're going through.
Exactly. They only see the outer part, but I'll be walking around the house stressed.
Yeah. And it's gotten to the point where I'm not even comfortable saying much that I am a 6-figure firm because you look around and it's like, what does that look like? Like the vision that I have for it. I've been looking at little office spaces and stuff, but I don't need it. But
no, you don't need
it's
it
like
because you can work from. I tell people what I love is that you can work from anywhere.
Anywhere.
Why add a bill when I can just work from anywhere?
To be honest, one of the guys, the guy that I'm dating, he is a pharmacist in the Virgin Islands. So I'm waiting on my license to come back because I want to be able to go there and just different places. So I want to be able to lead like a remote nomadic life, but that's going to require me to be able to step away. I love how the guy he's like, oh, I'm up in the mountains and it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here in the back of the kitchen in my little space that I've carved out for this. And I can go, sometimes I go to client sites and work. I've had an office. I don't want the overhead is what I don't want. I would love to have, and if I can get some funding, because for my nonprofit, part of what our staffing is to a second chance hiring. So I would like to be able to have the second chance people be able to come into an office and do their onboarding and different training, not just work, offer like workforce trainings for them, peer support and those type of things for my second chance people. So eventually I am going to get an office space. There's so many, that's the other part. I'm limited because I don't just have Care Dynamics. Like I have other businesses that I'm trying to be the front of. I can't be the front of everything. So this has been so refreshing. because I really was thinking about just becoming a freelancer.
No, you don't work too hard to just become a freelancer. We're not doing it.
So, you guys, thank you. And I'm not going to hold y'all hostage another moment.
Before we go,
So,
though, hold
yes.
on.
Love a hostage,
Before we
you
go,
really.
I just got one question. For Chat GPT, because now I'm about to
Yes,
read
ma'am.
how to train it to all them little things that you did.
Okay.
Is this like a YouTube
Sure.
video or something I can watch or?
Okay, so I'm going to go step by step. It's real simple.
Sorry
So,
for holding up your time.
no. So you're in your regular Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
So over here on the side, just go to GPTs.
Okay.
We can build one. Hit create. And you can even open up another window and ask it how to build what you want it to build.
Oh,
So you name it, you give it a description. For your instructions, let's just do one. Let's go back to one that's done, I meant to say. The resume builder. Here, I named it.
Okay.
This is what it would be doing. Oh, that went down the wrong pipe, excuse me. So for the instructions, and I will drop this in the chat so you can copy it. Or you want me to email it to you, either or.
It doesn't matter.
Let's go into the chat. Has it not given? It's not showing my settings. Okay, we'll go over it. Let's try this one. No, that didn't work. I don't know where I moved the chat to. Let's try over here. Oh, that's the tools. Here it is. All right. So, oh man, and then it's cutting down. I'm gonna email it because it's saying I can only use
Okay, that's
1,000.
fine.
All right. So open it back up. So I said I am designed. I'm telling it what it is, but you can word this however. I'm designed to assess resumes against job descriptions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you have these instructions that you write in here. The most important thing for most GPTs, like this one is all that's needed, but in my other GPTs, I upload files. I can upload all my SOPs, information about Care Dynamics, whatever I want. The conversation starters, you don't really need because that's just the prompt for telling it what to do, but it knows what it's going to do by all this stuff you put in here.
Okay.
So you see that? I know what I could do. I'm going to make a Google Doc. And then I'll add you to it. Okay. So this is all the instructions that I use to create the resume builder. Give me an example of something else you would want to build besides the resume builder.
So besides the resume builder, I may do one for let me think.
Not builder, I'm sorry, analyst. Let me go through the ones I have and see if any the rest of them that are relevant. So I have the job advertisement writer. Oh, this is a good example because it has some documents. So I got a social media post writer.
Okay.
That I need to use better, but and this is based off of
So I need
trainings.
one for LinkedIn. I will like
Okay.
one for LinkedIn.
Yeah, okay. So let's look at this one. So this is based off some information that I got from the summit with Ben.
Okay.
So just I keep adding to it. So how to write better job post and advert writers.
Mm.
So what I did is I gave it some examples and I took my notes. Let's see if it's in here. It's not showing me my files. Let me go to oh, I know why. So I have a social media post advert for the advertisements for the jobs. So all I do, I'll show you exactly how this one works. That's why I wasn't showing that. For any of the jobs, it'll write the advertisement for the job. But for the social media post, if I can look at my internal notes. So I just take the raw data, throw it all in here, and it's going to make a LinkedIn post about the jobs. So this one is more of the job, but I just take this part. I like this. It'll give you cool facts about different aspects of the jobs that they'll be doing. And what you can do too is for that, you can go take some of my posts from the Care Dynamics LinkedIn page and tell it, copy this style. So you can make it style anybody, because what I want to show you, I made a business developer. You heard me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a business developer. Oh, this is the one. So I took all the BD Summit notes from everybody, Dante's notes, the presentations, and I said the purpose of this GPT is designed to support Care Dynamics, a staffing and recruitment firm in all aspects of business development, lead generation, client acquisition, candidate sourcing, et cetera, et cetera. And what it can do is it takes all the notes. I have a blue sky document, which is where I just sit and just purge my brain and work on stuff. So I have my blue sky document, the summit notes, just different things. And let's ask it a question. I want to, I'm gonna keep it real simple, do BD. And go after, I'm gonna see if it can figure this PBM in the US. Oh, we identify the key people to reach out to and the strategies need to use to engage them. It's something simple. And it's gonna just kick something out. All right. So that's what I want to test. You see how I said the largest PM in the nation. I had CVS, who I said I want to work for. I had them in mind, but I didn't want to tell it. I wanted to see. So it's giving me, so if I was to hand this off to, say, the list builder, these are the people that they need to go find and bring back to me. And it tells me a strategy, emails, phone calls, what to say, to sell to it. Like, it just gives you so much based off of what I learned in the summit. So basically, I'm attending the summit all over again through the business developer. And I can share these. I will create a page with all, because I can share it with anybody as long as you got the link to it. The difference is, though, all my stuff is going to be specific to Care Dynamics. So you need to be feeding it your vision statements, like all your stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. This thing helped us with taxes. I fed all my statements and stuff in there because I just want to be able to check what's going on. I don't just hand all my stuff off to an accountant. This thing can tell me, that's how I know what my true revenue and everything was. We actually had to do an amendment on something.
Oh, wow.
But it does so much. I have a visionary GPT, which act as my success, business, and life coach, right? So based on everything that it knows about me, help me live like a more purpose-driven life. That's how I was able to go and, like, if you keep hearing my phone go off, I have not calendar, but time blocks. I remember yesterday I was just like, oh, I got a time block at 2:30.
Yep.
I have it that organized to from the time I get up to the time I go to bed. So I literally have a GPT for everything, a candidate summary assessment. I built a GPT to help my son study for homework and do down here we have the fast assessments and things, prep him for all that. The outreach campaigns. I have one that builds the outreach campaigns out. Like, let's just do a simple one. Build a campaign or give me something. Who would you want to be reaching out to? Either candidate or anybody.
Executive director.
Or an executive. So it gives me, and I told it for my subject lines, I don't want those emojis. So I don't want a chat GPT looking subject line. So it does it like how I want. I want the salaries to be front facing because people want to know how much they're going to get paid. You know, there's no need to. And I also tell it though, I always check it, but never include anything that client identity, like anything that points toward them being able to easily, if they do enough research, they can, but easily identify my client. Okay. So this is what it shoots out. Emails, the text message, all this stuff. Loxo kind of does this, but theirs sounds really chat GPT-ish. Okay. So you can do that, like pretty much everything. Candidate summary, my Blue Sky business. Blue Sky is just me, all my notes that I just brainstorming stuff. So pretty much anything that you want to build is in here. The one that I wanted to show you, I showed you the social media post writer, the job advert writer you saw. I think that's it. So let me see if I can add you to and we can keep we can just keep using this same document if you want. Okay. I won't type it because I forgot I'm screen sharing. So I will just add you to it because I don't want to put your email and stuff out there. That's fine. But yeah.
That sounds like I'm gonna be working on it tonight.
Okay, well, if I know that, then I'm gonna get off and send it to you, add you to it right now. And then I'll be up to like 9:30. So just let me know. Okay. But once it's real intuitive. Like literally you can ask it, how do I build it? And it'll tell you, it'll recommend your title, what files, it'll list, give me this file, give me that one, what you want me to do next, especially since you got Pro. I don't know what we did before Chat GPT. Girl, we was I'm not going back to a world. If I had Chat GPT in college, I went to law school 2 times and quit. I'm gonna go through it this time because I got Chat GPT to write some memos and stuff for me. I couldn't, all the things we did manually, I can't believe. I wouldn't rely on it, but I need it every day.
The thing about it is that I'm still manual in my whole business.
That's gonna change.
I'm still manual in the whole business. And I told you in just 2023, I got the exact number. It was $400,000.
Let me ask you a question. What do you use for time? Because see, the main thing with staffing for me, time. What do you use for timekeeping?
Mine is all in one. So I use QuickBooks. QuickBooks have
yeah. Okay.
So I just use that. Yeah.
Okay. Because my timekeeping system, I use Homebase. Okay. Homebase is cool. But see, this is the thing. The people, they gotta log into their stuff. Like it's the people, and some of my pharmacists are older. So the app is on your phone.
The app is on the phone. It is for QuickBooks. You just literally just press the button. That's it.
Okay.
Yep, and it goes right into my payroll.
So you don't use a payroll company?
Mhm.
Wow. Because see, I could
You don't
definitely use
need an
more
employee
pointers
of
on
record.
that.
You don't need an EOR. You can do it by yourself.
What?
You
Because I was definitely gonna get one.
don't.
There was two, because they go on the same podcast that we watch, they'll advertise. One of them was
Okay.
Boss, and I forgot what the other one was, and they make it sound so good, but they take a nice little chunk
Yeah,
out of
I don't
your.
need nobody taking no more chunks out of my stuff. So I'm on top of everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it. I
You
can
really
do it.
can, and you can have actually. I don't know, like it's supposed to be talking. We being very transparent.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
the like a funding company that fronts me the money up front.
Payroll
And
factoring. Yeah.
they only take 1% out for me because I negotiated 1% out
Okay.
every 10 calendar. Every 10 is it every 10 business days?
Yeah.
Yeah, every 10.
Don't say their name. I'm gonna get their name on the side because
Yeah,
I don't.
they're good. I
We
love
giving
them.
out information, but I don't want them to be so busy when I call them
They're
because people
really
are
good.
listening.
I'm gonna send
Okay.
them to you via email, but their
Okay.
own business, very good. Have not done me any wrong, and I've been with them since I started.
Yeah.
I'm not
Now,
cheating on them at all.
another good question when it comes to, because how I get around a lot is I have independent contractors. Are your people W-2?
They are.
That is the big but I got to get out of that because when you're telling people what time to show up and everything, that blurs the lines. So got
Yeah,
to get W-2.
mhm. And
Okay.
for
Okay.
me, in Pennsylvania for work, they just started this new law with staffing agencies have to have a license, and with a license, you have to have workers' comp and just all this extra stuff. They want a piece of the pie.
Really
Yeah, so everybody is W-2.
interesting.
Everybody
And
is
I
W-2.
think that's happening a lot because even on the contracts that I used to be able to get on the professional side, I used to be able I'll just say it, when I was doing my contracts with CVS under another agency, I was corp to corp, independent contractor, but now everybody that's coming out with these roles in PPM,
Yeah,
W-2, W-2, and I
yeah,
guess it's because the legislation.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
a
will not work
real thin
W-2.
line. That's a real thin line, and I don't play with the
Yeah.
I, the or, or the S.
Is your workers' comp and all that, is it super expensive?
Um, so this year I just renewed. I just did a whole different workers comp company, and it's pay as you go. So
Okay.
really
That's good.
good. So I don't have a set number that I pay every month.
Yeah.
But I will say I would never go with the state again, and that's on record. They take about 10% of everything that you make. So when I did let's say I did $50,000 payroll, they want
Yeah.
dollars, and I was like, gosh, y'all didn't do anything. So now I go with another
Yeah.
company, and
Okay.
it's much more cheaper. My rate right now is about I think it was $3.55 per
First person?
per 100 that I make.
Okay, so what about benefits? Since they're W-2, do they get health
No,
care?
I don't offer benefits. I still don't offer
No
benefits.
benefits. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. Because that was the other thing. I just was like, okay, if I'm doing W-2, does that mean I have to
No, you
offer
don't have
them?
benefits because it's
Okay.
in and it's such a high turnover.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to offer.
You specialize in LPNs, right?
I do CNAs, LPNs,
CNAs. Yeah.
RN.
Okay.
I have mostly CNAs. I do have some LPNs. I have not had a RN, which I am looking for a
Okay.
but I stick with those. They make my money.
Hey, sounds like it. I'm not mad
Yeah.
because I would be happy. This is how I do. They feed each other. So the
Mhm.
pharmacy staffing is recurrent, but it's nice to get those placements because that is my funding source. I have
Okay.
gone all these, I've never gotten a business loan. Actually, I take that back. I just started. Stripe gave me a loan based on just the amount of money that was coming in. So
Mhm.
those are not, I don't consider those, I didn't go to a bank to get it. If you would,
Right.
so I've never gotten outside funding.
I have, well,
One stream funds the other. but I want funding now because I want to go big. I
Now,
want the 150,000.
I will say, the company that I use, the Upfront, they're really, like I said, they're really good. And if you're going to go on a larger side and you don't get that cost, they upfront 85% of it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what. Okay.
So
Yep.
that's where you want to play it. That's where you want to get into.
Okay.
And maybe
I'm
when we
going.
get bigger, I can actually ask them to come on and talk to us about
Yes.
their company and stuff like that. It's good. Like I said, I had them since I started.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think what I'm gonna do is, because like I said, I have a meetup group that's over 900 people. I'm gonna do more of I'm gonna send it out, but do an application style, not to sound pretentious or anything, but they need to fill out a survey as to why they want to be included. And if somebody doesn't want to do that, then they just won't be a part. That way we can have people in here to justify having, I want to have some good speakers for us. Some people that can come in and are willing to talk to us about how we can grow as well, because there are companies that are built to help us get, like Mr. Fisher. I'm curious about I sent him a LinkedIn request and he messaged me, but I don't think I replied. I didn't reply yet. But I'm interested in learning more. The problem with that is sometimes the cost of the programs for me is just, I can't justify the cost right now. You probably are amazing. You sound amazing, but we're not there yet.
Right.
So, and that's why I want to put this on YouTube too. If there's anybody that's watching that wants to be of benefit to us and wants to come on and talk to us as we grow as a mastermind, reach out to me. The contact info is all over the page, all over the thing, I think, the watermark. So, and that's the thing. We went so long today because we're new to this. So it's kind of like we're just trying to get everything, but we can't talk about everything in one session. We are in it with each other for a long time. So anything that we didn't get to, we got plenty of time to build and grow. So I'm gonna get off here and help you guys. I'm gonna send you the GPT,
and I'm
add
gonna
you
send
to the
you
Google Drive
information as well.
Okay. And in the meantime, I'm gonna set up our WhatsApp too. So send me y'all's phone numbers that you want added to the WhatsApp. That way we can keep the conversation going 24/7 if we want.
Okay.
So thank you ladies so much for joining me. And I look forward to so many more sessions. I look forward to us growing, but not growing beyond the point that we can't do this and be real intimate and really talk. Because if it gets to be too much, I'll just be like, girl, y'all got it. Honestly, I'm kind of liking where we are. Like, really, Bianca, it was just going to be me and you. And I was like, no, I got two really close girls, my friends that really can benefit from this. So that's the only reason why it's 4 people. Z has to be involved, and Nia may never come to a meeting, but I want her to be able to be involved because she has some amazing things going on. I know she's working. So it's might just stay to the 4 of us, and then people that are watching on YouTube or whatever, they can watch us, but I don't know if I want everybody participating. But we'll see.
We'll see. Well, it was good actually.
Likewise.
Conversation. Besides, social media. This was really good. I appreciate it.
Yes. Loved it. So I'll be in touch, ladies, with the WhatsApp information and what you need for the GPTs, but I'll talk to y'all next time.
All right.
Have a good one.
Thank you for a lovely mastermind. This was very great. Good night.
Thank you for coming. Good night.
Good night.